Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and we are live here at midnight on YouTube, and we're here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Got my pops,
What's going on, guys?
and we are live here in Miami to talk to you guys, talk some boxing with you guys on this lovely. Well, now it's Tuesday morning in the wee hours. So yeah, we're gonna try to get on a somewhat of a schedule here. I know we've said this, we've saying this so many times, but
Yeah.
I really mean it this time. I sound like those guys with their girlfriends and things keep going wrong. Baby, I really mean it this time. But no, I'm being dead serious. I really mean it.
So you're gonna do it.
So yeah, as you guys follow in here, make sure you smash that like button. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't done so already. Let me know where you're watching from, what city, what state, what continent, all that good stuff, so we can give you a shout out and recognize the people that recognize us here on True School Sports.
Fighting Mad t-shirts.
Yeah, Fighting Mad, boxing apparel, all that good stuff. Go support Fighting Mad. And yeah, so we're gonna talk about Danny Garcia in his fight this week. And you know, before we get into just Danny Garcia and whatnot, I wanted to ask my dad, what do you think about Danny Garcia's fight with Ivan Redkach this week?
Well, Danny Garcia needs to hike up his skirt and go ahead and fight the real competition that's out there. And if he wanted to be a cherry picker, he should have gone to a cherry picking farm. So what I'm getting at, this opponent he's gonna fight now. He could have fought a better. I'll be honest, he could have fought a better opponent than this one.
A much better opponent.
Yeah. So I mean, it's all about the money, this and that. I mean, there's a lot of other welterweights in there. Even if he would have fought, to me, even if he would have fought Ugas or somebody else, this guy right here, will be better competition is what I'm getting at. And he's got to do that. Let's follow him. Keep talking about all this, about this and that. That he's gonna, they're gonna do this, they're gonna do that. The money's right. I mean, get up. You need to wake up and get yourself, stand up and fight the right people, the right competition.
Facts. Okay. So let's just get into it. And you guys comment as you see fit, like as you see fit. But Danny Garcia has a fight this week. It's a cherry pick. It is a bum bash going on in the Barclays Center.
Yeah.
And I hate using that word. I hate saying bum bash, but we call a spade here. It really is one of the worst match cards of the year if we're talking about co-main event and main event. Now, this is Danny Garcia's first fight since Adrian Granados. And let's have it right. Ever since Danny Garcia moved to welterweight, he has an incredibly weak welterweight resume. I know people who are his fans are going to say, well, he beat Lucas Batiste, and he beat Amir Khan, and he beat Kendall Ho, and he beat... Listen, that was damn near 10 years ago. We can't continue to live off the hype and the hoopla and the accomplishments of 7, 8, 9, 10 years ago. You can't rest on your laurels. And I feel like with Danny Garcia, a lot of times when he talks, and even with his fans, and I'm speaking about his fans in general because one of my best friends in the world is a big fan of his, and shout out to my boy Paul Martinez. He's resting on his laurels, and this fight, I know the things happened with the Earl Spence car crash and the car accident, but come on, Ivan Redkach, man, I mean, you could have fought Luis Collazo, you could have fought freaking Yordenis Ugas. He's fighting a nobody too, and Mike Dallas Jr. So don't give me this bullshit about, I was going to fight a big fight, but, he got into a car. No, we don't want to hear that here on True School Sports. So, it's his first fight since Adrian Granados.
The fact of the matter is, Crawford's been out there waiting to take any kind of names, even cherry pickers.
Facts.
And he hasn't even given him a call.
None.
But yeah, he wants to go ahead and fight Spence or Manny Pacquiao. How about fighting Crawford?
Yeah. I mean, it's not like you're the #1 rated fighter in the WBO. Yeah. It's not like you're his mandatory.
I like Garcia. Don't get it twisted. I like his father. I like him too. So I'm not trying to hate on him. I'm just trying to tell you straight up that I think he should step up and fight the right competition. Crawford's been sitting there waiting for how long now?
Long time.
Fight him. What's the reason you don't want to fight Crawford?
I mean, if he waits any longer, he'll be old and fat like his trainer, Bomac. He'll be old and fat like Bomac if he keeps waiting for these guys on PBC. Yeah. But this is Danny Garcia's first fight since the Adrian Granados fight last April. And let's have it right. I mean, I don't know. You let me know what you think. I think the Adrian Granados win is his best win at welterweight because when we look at his resume at welterweight, we have a past his prime Paul Malignaggi. You got Samuel Vargas. You got Robert Guerrero, who you fought for a vacant belt. You got Brandon Rios, Adrian Granados. So that is it fair to say of his welterweight victories, is Adrian Granados the best win he's had to date so far? 147.
I think the most impressive one that I've seen out of him. But I mean, that being said, the welterweight division has gotten better and I think the last 2, 3, 4 years,
Mm-hmm.
and the competition's gotten better, and I haven't seen Danny Garcia stand up and fight the better quality or the better realm of that division. And until he does that, you can't tell me that he's a Hall of Famer, he's a legend, this and that, when he's not fighting the top people or tiers in this competition.
Okay. Going into this fight, where would you rank Danny Garcia among the welterweights in boxing?
I'm not maybe in the top 10 somewhere.
I mean, I got him in the top 10, but it's like lower top 10. I got him 7.
I'm not putting him in the top.
Okay.
I'm not putting him in the top 5 because he hasn't proven to me anything yet.
I'm gonna throw some names at you, and you tell me yes or no. Are these guys? Would you rank these guys higher than Danny Garcia?
Sure.
Okay. Terrence Crawford,
Higher.
Errol Spence,
Higher.
Pacquiao,
A lot higher.
Porter,
Higher.
Keith Thurman,
Definitely.
your Dennis Ugas.
Yes.
Okay, and then after that, I think he's probably the best welterweight.
Yeah.
You got like other people too.
I mean, I just think that Danny is good, but he's gotta fight the big names. It's the same issue that I have with I mean, he's in a different weight class, but he fought the same weight class. Mikey Garcia, another Garcia, the same issue I have with him. Step out, hype up his shirt, and fight the big names, the big dogs. But you want to go cash out in the bank, but you don't want to get the interest or make money from the lower interest. You know what I'm saying?
He don't want no interest.
No, he just wants to get
He
the
wants
money.
He wants the low interest credit card that you get, that Capital One joint. He wants the low interest credit card. No, you don't want that. What is it?
Yeah.
Minimum fees.
Yeah.
You don't want that.
You don't want that. The bottom line is, you want to. Everybody's calling out Pacquiao and everybody's calling out Spence, but nobody wants to fight Crawford. I'm going to say it again. Crawford's got a better.
I mean,
undisputed. Came out to the welterweight division, beating some butt, and still want to take some names. Just call out everybody, and he's on the other side of the street, whatever you want to call that shit.
yeah.
Like he tells Bradley and everybody else.
Other side of the street, yeah.
So why don't he get on the other side of the street and fight Crawford?
Yeah, why don't you go on the other street by Crawford, Danny? But listen, kind of getting back on track, going back to the Ivan Redkach matchup. You know, we'll look at this from the Ivan Redkach side of things because we don't want to just be one-sided here on True School Sports.
Yeah.
Ivan Redkach's entering this fight coming off the heels of the biggest win of his career. I mean, this guy just beat, a very past his prime Devin Alexander, but for him it was a huge win. He did look sensational. Me and you had a chance to actually watch that fight. We watched it before we came on live here. What did you make of that performance from Ivan Redkach against Devin Alexander? And I guess what would you say are his strengths going into the Danny Garcia fight?
A decent jab, and he moves around a lot, but one of his weaknesses that I see from him is he stands too much in front of his opponent, and if he does it against Danny Garcia, he will get knocked out.
Absolutely. And he's got a good jab. You know, I know for that fight he was trained by Shane Mosley Jr.
Yeah.
And, just a couple of positives from Ivan Redkach. Just a couple of things he does well. He's got a decent jab. He's got solid balance. I noticed when he was turning Devin Alexander, he stayed on balance for the most part. When he gets in the pocket and he closes the gap, he punches really good in combinations. But I take even though it was a good performance, I take it with a grain of salt because listen, and I told my dad this earlier, and I mean, if you guys ever heard me talk about Devin Alexander, which I haven't done it in quite a while, I've always said this. He's been a shot fighter for like 4 years now, 4 or 5 years, ever since he lost to Aaron Martinez. When you're out here losing to Aaron Martinez, those guys of the world, you are not anywhere close to a top level fighter in any weight class if you lose to the Aaron Martinez's of the world.
Yeah.
So, good win for him, but this is the same Ivan Redkach who, in his career, has been stopped by John Molina Jr. He's been stopped by Dejan Zlatikin. He's lost decisions against Tevin Farmer and Arrhenius Mendez. So he's proven his level already in the professional ranks of boxing, and he's been kind of up and down weight classes. He turned pro as lightweight. He fought at 147. He's fought at 154. So he's kind of been up and down everywhere. So I mean, I'm not really giving him a big chance to beat Danny Garcia, but I do. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was telling you, I do see things from Redkach. And listen, I'm not saying he's gonna win. I think Danny Garcia will fold him up in probably 3-4 rounds. There's a reason they picked him.
Yeah.
There's a reason they didn't pick Collazo. There's a reason they didn't pick Ugas. Okay. There's a reason that he's here for the job.
That's true.
But I'll say this: if he's able to stay away from the power of Danny Garcia, because Danny Garcia sometimes when he fights volume punchers, he doesn't like to throw punches. He gets a bit gun shy. So I think if you're Ivan Redkach and you're looking for a way to victory, you want to close the gap on Danny Garcia. You want to make sure that you're not at a range where Danny can extend his arms or counterpunch you, and then that's where the fight becomes winnable for Ivan Redkach. Because then he can work on the inside. He can step around, and do all kinds of just wonderful things to Danny Garcia. So good luck to him. I wish him the best, but this is his first fight at welterweight since June of 2018, back when he fought Brian Jones. So he's been fighting 154. And I'll say this: look, just looking at everything as far as who Redkach is, his career, his attributes. I'm gonna say it like this: this is the second worst cherry pick of this man's career.
Yeah, I mean,
just behind Rod Salka. Nothing will top Rod Salka, but this is definitely number one.
I mean, to be honest, if Danny really wanted to fight and have a true fight and get tested, since Spence got hurt, why didn't he just take? I keep saying, why didn't he fight Crawford? Why didn't he fight somebody like that?
I mean, for Christ's sakes, this guy Redkach, he lost to Tevin Farmer, a lightweight. And I remember Tevin Farmer looked great in that fight. Tevin Farmer looked like Pernell Whitaker in that fight. If you guys have never seen Tevin Farmer versus Ivan Redkach, he looked like mother-loving Pernell Whitaker against Ivan Redkach. So it's definitely the worst cherry pick of his career. Danny Garcia's whole run at welterweight has been piss poor, to say the least. The fights that matter, he lost them both. Although I will say, he probably could have got a decision in the Thurman or the Porter fight. But it's been a piss poor run of welterweight. Just been a piss poor welterweight. And for those of you who are just coming in here on True School Sports, make sure you hit the like button. Danny Garcia's welterweight resume consists of Paulie Malignaggi. I mean, what do you make of this, Dad? Paulie Malignaggi, Samuel Vargas, Robert Guerrero, Brandon Rios, and Adrian Granados. I would say probably four of those fighters were past their prime, and one of them was not a 147-pounder.
Yeah, man. Some of them were watched. Some I was looking at the records. I was like, please, you know what I mean? I mean, when you fought these guys, some of them already past their primes or towards the end of their career. Yeah,
you were looking at his. Earlier you were sitting over there just on the counter, and you were on your phone looking at Danny Garcia's resume. And when you looked at his resume, what did you find? What did you find?
Didn't he also fight Rick Morales too?
He fought him twice.
Twice. That guy was 52 and something. So that's telling me that he fought him when he was already like towards the end of his career, not when he was a fresher fighter, maybe like 30 or 20 something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm not taking that away from him, but for him to claim himself to be a Hall of Famer, for him to say that he's a legend killer, you haven't stepped up for anybody. And then Spence. To be honest, Spence wanted to fight you, not you fighting him. Spence said he wants to fight before he fights Pacquiao, but then again, nobody wants to fight Crawford. Why don't you fight Crawford first? Stop picking cherry pickers. And I love Danny Garcia because Philadelphia, he's Puerto Rican just like me. So I'm just saying in general. I always believe your legacy and your resume means everything. And you gotta do it with the right time and the right place. And if you continue picking cherry pickers and saying that you fought the best, you're wrong. You're just wrong.
His last, to me, so he's had an interesting career because he was like, when he was at 140, he was kind of like the guy. He was the underdog who kind of was able to prevail. He beat Khan, he beat Matisse. Fights where he wasn't there to win. So he was at a great place in his career when he was at 140. But since the Matisse win, we're talking about from 2013.
Jesus.
From 2013 and now, that's 7 years since the Matisse win, and he had, to me, that was his last legit. I'm talking about his legit quality win where he fought a guy who was near the top of the weight class, at the best weight, somewhat in their prime, and beat him. Ever since then, he's had his whole resume is littered with close fights, gift decisions, cherry picks, lackluster performances in the big fights. Because let's have it right, I wasn't too big of a fan of how he performed against. Sean Porter. I thought Sean Porter outworked him. Against Thurman, what's funny is, I actually thought he did all right against Thurman, but,
to be fair, he says, Danny's father was saying, to have the contracts made for the next fight, and they'll sign whatever fighter comes up to sign. Well, I was just watching the video, and his father was, like, criticizing Crawford a lot. You know, and
Yeah, he was saying Terence Crawford had nappy hair,
it's crazy stuff.
and they sent him home with the blue and gold championships, and Terence Crawford never held a kilo like Angel.
Yeah, so at the end of the day, stop talking. Just like you said, that Top Rank to approach you guys, we want you guys to approach Top Rank.
Facts.
I mean, Al Heyman belongs to you guys. He could do the same thing. Bob Arum, they both work together. You guys can do the same thing. So don't just push it on Top Rank. You guys stop talking. Actions speak louder than words. Why don't you bring the contract to Crawford and Bob Arum, Al Heyman, and make that fight happen? And then the winner from that could fight Spence, or vice versa, then fight Pacquiao. Not just going to the big dog and the top dog.
Yeah. So it's a big year for Danny Garcia because, you know, he's been popping a lot of junk recently saying that, he was saying that, I'm a Hall of Famer, I'm this, I'm that. Hall of Famer? Are you taking a piss, Danny? Are you on drugs? No way in hell, no way in blue hell is Danny Garcia a Hall of Famer. Now listen, he gets 2 or 3 big names on his resume. And there you go.
Yeah,
Maybe,
I mean, and I'll give it to him. Where he came from to make the money, to be
we give him credit.
Making businesses, barbershops, car washes, doing everything in Philly. So props to all that, and I give him kudos for all that. But at the end of the day, your legacy and your resume in boxing is what all that counts.
And he's a champion in life, so I won't disrespect him for the person he is outside the ring because I met Danny a couple times. Nice guy.
Yeah.
I met his business partner 3 years ago. I know he's got a beautiful mansion here in South Florida, and he's doing right by his family. So listen, bless and respect to him. But if we're talking about in that boxing ring, being in the upper echelon, creme de la creme of the welterweight division, he is not there. He is not there. And I would definitely say he's closer to 10 than he is in the top 5.
And everybody keeps calling Pacquiao. I'll be honest with you, Pacquiao should be the ones calling everybody out in that division. Pacquiao is the 8th division winner.
Pacquiao should be calling everybody out?
Yeah. That's
I mean, they should be calling out Pacquiao.
No, they're calling out Pacquiao like, oh, this and that, I want to fight this, I want Spence or Pacquiao. No, I'll be honest, in my belief, I believe Pacquiao should be the one calling all them out. You know why? Because Pacquiao's done a lot in boxing, has accomplished a lot more.
Cool.
He's the only 8th division champion in boxing. You know, he's earned his name. And you can look at Pacquiao's resume, and I guarantee you he's better than half of the people on the thing right there.
But if Pacquiao has a better resume and he's the Hall of Famer, why would he feel the need to call him out? They should...
I understand what you're saying, but what I'm getting at, there's no need for Spence, for even Danny. Or what I'm getting at is they want the big fights. They want the big cheese before even the small crumbs. You know what I'm saying? Stop going to the big cheese. You got to earn that. And I think one way for either, whether it's Pacquiao, whether it's Spence, whether it's one way for Pacquiao or whether it's Spence or anybody else underneath in Crawford or anybody, the fights be made with Crawford. Anybody else in the stable from Al Heyman, fight Crawford and then you go see Pacquiao. I don't care who it is.
That's not how it works.
I know.
That's not how it works.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I would want to see.
My main man, LA12, asked, did Danny Garcia duck Victor Postal? Do you know about that?
Oh, I remember about that.
This is what happened, just in case you don't know.
Yeah.
So, I think it was like 2014, 2015-ish.
Yeah.
Victor Postal was Danny Garcia's mandatory.
Okay.
I think it was you guys correct me in the comments, but I believe it was WBO.
Okay.
Danny Garcia paid him step-aside money, I believe like $250,000 or $300,000 to not fight him.
Wow.
He went and fought Lamont Peterson. Now, the argument Danny Garcia and his fans could make is, well, at the time, Victor Postal wasn't a big name, and he wasn't as good as Lamont Peterson at the time, which I think is a fair argument.
Okay.
He hadn't beat Batista yet. He wasn't like the guy that everybody, the way people talk about Postal now, you know, they weren't necessarily talking about him like that back then.
Right.
So he, in my estimation, at the time, he fought somebody better. So I don't hold it against him. But at the same time, it's like, well, when you talk about what Crawford did at 140, and Crawford beat the guy you paid step-aside money to at 140, then it makes it look like you ducked. So I'll give that. I don't think he ducked Victor Postal, but people who say he ducked Victor Postal are within their rights to say so because, you know, this guy and his father always want to criticize Terence Crawford, and they always want to demean Terence Crawford, particularly as accomplishments of 140. And the guy he beat at 140, who was the second best guy at 140, was the guy he paid step-aside money to not fight at 140.
Hello.
What do you think?
Yeah. So, I mean, at the end of the day, like I said, actions speak louder than words. if Postal was a beast back then, I don't see why she shouldn't have fought. Should have fought him. Why step aside money?
Facts. LA12 also asked, what about his performance with Adrian Granados? Sean Porter struggled with him and arguably lost. Now listen, Danny Garcia's performance against Adrian Granados, like I just said earlier, I think it's his best win at welterweight, and it was a great performance. It's one of the best performances of his career. As for Sean Porter, arguably losing to Adrian Granados, I disagree with that. I was there, you know, and I'm friends with Adrian, so I have every reason in the world to be biased towards him. I'm looking for reason to be biased towards Adrian, truthfully speaking, but I don't think he won that fight. I thought Sean Porter won it pretty convincingly, like 8-4, maybe even 9-3. I had it pretty wide for Porter. Shout out to my man Red Glove Militant. He had some great commentary. He says, Pops should adopt Danny and show him how a real father acts.
There you go. You're damn right. You need some help, man. You're gonna talk the talk, walk the walk.
Walk the walk.
Yeah.
Shout out to my man Laron, 817. He says Danny might get that hot off the picture in the Barclays Hall of Famer. So Laron, I think my man Laron is saying that Danny Garcia is a Hall of Famer. And LA12, yes, to answer your question, I will be at the Tevin Farmer Jojo Diaz fight. We'll be covering that here on True School Sports. He'll be live here at the house by himself, dolo, while I'm at the fights getting content. So yeah, it should be a fun night of boxing. Lamont Peterson is his best win. Lamont.
When Lamont Peterson fighting, was he in the top of his game when he fought him?
No, he's still a solid guy. He's still good.
Better than what he was when we seen him fight Granados and Lamont Peterson. I'm getting confused with Easter, but was he in the top of his game when he fought him? Like he was in prime, like the best time he fought him?
Lamont was still good. Still
Okay.
very solid guy. But that was a weird fight though, because if I'm not mistaken, that was still technically a 140, a 140 pound fight. But then something happened with the weights. I think where like Lamont came in overweight. I forgot what happened, but like I remember there was something with the weights, so that fight was still technically at 140.
Right.
And his first fight at welterweight technically wasn't until he fought Robert Guerrero.
Okay.
But no, my bad, Pai Malignaggi.
Yeah.
So just saying, that's not really his best win at welterweight, because technically it wasn't a welterweight fight. Even though he weighed in at the way over the welterweight limit, and so did Lamont, it technically was supposed to be at 140.
Wow, that's crazy.
If I'm not mistaken, but
Yeah.
you can correct me if I'm wrong. In fact, I'm gonna check that right now while I'm here. But you give them some programming reminders.
I mean, like I said, we're gonna definitely be live for the
Danny Garcia
fight. I'll be here the following week for the
Boo Andre.
The Boo Andre's own card. And I mean, even this card with the Garcia fight, isn't Jarrett Hurd fighting that too?
We'll get to that here in a second.
Yeah.
I think that one. I think that fight
pick,
might be worse. It might be worse of a cherry pick than
Did you guys see with this one?
Yeah, man. It's horrible. And I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'm not gonna lie to you guys.
Yeah.
I like Jarrett Hurd, but I'm losing respect for him. I am losing respect for him. Straight up, I'm just losing respect for him. I'm gonna get to that in a minute. But get into some more comments.
Yeah.
If Bradley is a Hall of Famer, then so is Danny. Absolutely not. No way.
Who had a better resume?
Timothy Bradley.
No
No doubt about it. No doubt about it. He had a better resume.
Yeah.
He was in more exciting fights.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I would say he was in more exciting fights. He had the fight of the year with Provodnikov.
Yeah. So, you're like, no go, that's a no go.
I don't know, man. I don't know. But yeah, it was a welterweight fight, so I stand corrected. So yeah, if that's the case, then I guess Lamont Peterson is his best win at welterweight. But Lamont Peterson beat him. He beat him. It was a gift. It was a gift decision.
Wow.
He had Lamont Peterson in there looking like freaking, I don't know. Name me a slick fighter. Pernell Whitaker. He had look like Pernell Whitaker in there. No, Danny never won undisputed at 140, and he never cleaned out 140. Everybody always says, you know, and I hate when this happens in boxing, because this happens too frequently in boxing, where you get these guys, they say, oh, they beat like one or two top guys, and they say, oh, I cleaned out the division. You didn't clean shit out.
But you didn't become undisputed.
And you didn't become undisputed because you won one or two belts.
And let me tell you, this is the discussion I have about that with Crawford. Everybody can say whatever they want to say about Crawford and his resume and everything.
He cleaned the division out.
Like, he cleaned the division out, came to the welterweight division. People still didn't want to give him the fights he wants. Beat the shit out of Horn. What was it? What's the guy's name?
Ramirez?
No, from Australia.
Jeff Horn.
Yeah, he beat Horn, came back, got some belts, and they still put him on the other side of the street.
Facts.
So all you walkaways from Al Heyman's side of the stable, you better all hype up your skirts and fight Crawford if you want to get to Pacquiao.
I mean, who was it? Somebody said something about Timothy Bradley, if he's in the Hall of Fame.
He fought
Danny
great
Garcia.
fights though.
Let's just, we're going to get back on track here in a second, but let's just take a quick look at Timothy Bradley's resume before we even think about comparing Danny Garcia and the cherry pick he's been doing in his whole career to the great Timothy Bradley. Okay, so my man Timothy Bradley, and just so you guys know, I was a big Bradley fan, so that's why I'm talking. That's why I'm talking him up. So the great Timothy Bradley, okay, in his career, he boxed fighters such as Edwin Cherry, a solid guy, beat Edwin Cherry. Beat the same Kendall Holt Danny Garcia beat, okay? He beat undefeated Lamont Peterson, took his O. He took the O of Luis Carlos Abregu, okay? He beat Devin Alexander, he took his O. Who else? Who else's O did he take? He just took everybody's O.
Yeah, a trilogy with somebody.
Pacquiao, yeah. He took Jesse Vargas' O.
Yeah.
He had the fight of the year with Ruslan Provodnikov, and he beat Juan Manuel Marquez.
Wow.
And he stopped Joel Casamayor. He became the first man to stop Brandon Rios.
Hey,
come on, man. No way.
That resume right there says probably compared to Danny Garcia. You don't have to say no more. The names on that resume, and did he fight him in his prime or did he fight him when it was already down one stop?
Undefeated? These guys are undefeated, so that's got to be in the prime, right?
Right, okay. Wow.
I'm just saying, man. I don't think you could
Argue that point.
I don't think you could ever compare someone like Danny Garcia to Timothy Bradley. No way, no how. It's not going on like that here on True School Sports. So it's a big year for Danny Garcia because I think he's been resting on his laurels for quite some time. I mean, and yes, red glove militant. He didn't beat Lamont Peterson when he was kind of a solid guy, Timothy Bradley. No. He beat Lamont Peterson when Lamont Peterson was in his prime. Beat him when he was in his prime. We talked Devin Alexander. He didn't beat the Devin Alexander that fought out of Redkach. No. He beat the Devin Alexander when people thought Devin Alexander was going to be the truth. When he was supposed to be something special in boxing. So it's a big year for Danny Garcia. To be honest with you guys, like, look, let me ask you a question, Dad. As a Puerto Rican, you're a Boricua, I'm a fellow Boricua.
Yeah. Yeah.
How much do you like Danny Garcia as a
I love Danny Garcia. I support all Puerto Ricans, all fighters. I love Danny Garcia. I'm just saying this. My issue with a lot of fighters, whether it's Danny Garcia or anybody from another nationality or whatever it may be, is I believe that your resume or legacy is made in the ring with the best fighters that are here right now.
That's right. That's right. And for me personally, like I get frustrated watching Danny Garcia fight because, like, he's got good boxing skills. Like, he's a fantastic counterpuncher, got a very durable chin, which is why he's never been dropped.
Yeah.
And I just feel like he could really be better than he is. But he likes to when he lands his counterpunches, he sits there, he admires his work, he gets outworked constantly. All this thing.
I was reading about something. I don't know where I read it from. Before he had this fight that he picked right here, I think somebody else offered him $5 million to fight. He didn't want to. No, they were going to pay him $3 million. He didn't want to take the fight because it wasn't $5 million. Come on, man.
That's it. I want to get to a super chat though, and as always, shout out to our man Henry Brown with the $5 super chat.
Henry
showing
Brown.
love. And y'all be sure to super chat if you feel like
Thank you.
to, if you want to support the channel.
And tell him what you said for the day he's going to be on, so he knows.
We'll get to that in a second. But Henry Brown says boxing has turned into WWE. The top scared to fight the top in their prime due to making money. Boxing is more business than legacy. I'm just saying, undisputed only. Exactly. That's why Henry Brown, and thank you as always. That's why when you get guys like Terrence Crawford who want undisputed, when you get guys like Roman Cholatito Gonzalez who want to fight the best, who don't make excuses to not to fight the best. When you get these guys that don't duck, that aren't weight bullies, that want to fight the best, that want to be the best, and do everything in their power to try to prove it.
And don't get me wrong. I mean, what I'm gonna say, to me, money. We need money. The whole basis of the sport basically is to make a living and live comfortable and make money. But if you already made your money, if you already got your millions, if you want to, wouldn't it be great if you set your legacy and your resume to where it's at? I mean, money's gonna be there regardless, but your legacy, your resume, when you're gone, when it's past, that's what's gonna compare you with. Did I fight the best in my prime? Did I fight my best in this time?
How good was I really?
Yeah.
You're always an answer to that question, so that's what it is. Again, Henry Brown, another $5 super chat. He says, "We have title holders, not champions. Only undisputed means you're champion. Otherwise, you're a title holder on a title holder, a top contender. That's it."
I like that. Facts.
Facts. You
So,
know?
so he's basically saying if you're not undisputed, then you're not really a true champion.
Yeah.
I can go with that because you know why? You cleaned out the whole house in your division.
That's it. Or at least
Top
be,
dog.
at least be the lineal champion. I mean, damn.
Yeah, yeah.
But well, Danny Garcia was technically the lineal 140-pound champion.
Listen.
But yeah, he's right. I agree.
Lineal, no lineal, whatever. Fight the best is out there while you're scanning your prime and prove your point. If you lose, you can hang your head down and say, okay, I lost, but I lost to the best in my time. Not the best when they're 10 years older than me or 40 years older than me. Fight me now. That's my issue with all these fighters.
All right, I want to get to my man LA12's comment. And, big shout out to my man LA12. He's always here. He's always supporting
Thank you, Mr. Brown. Appreciate it.
Big shout out to Henry Brown as well. Everybody here.
Tea bags. Healthy. Good.
LA12 mentioned the Boo Boo Andre card, which I'm going to be at, which I'm freaking just over the moon to be at. It'll be my first Eddie Hearn show I'm covering here in Miami.
Right.
He said that Andrade card aspire Diaz versus Farmer, and I heard someone say Daniel Romano is underdog in this fight. Andrade versus Keeler is better than I thought, and they added Anthony Sims Jr. versus Romero Angulo. And it's funny because we have the headlines things that we're going to talk about after we get done talking about Danny Garcia, but yeah, that card's amazing, man. Diaz Farmer is an excellent fight. I'm going back and forth on it, but right now I'm leaning towards Tevin Farmer. He's going with Diaz.
I'm going with JoJo.
He's going with Diaz.
I think he's got more power.
That he does. I just think Tevin Farmer is a bit too crafty for him.
You think so? Quickness?
I don't think he's gonna win a blowout or anything like that. I think it's gonna be a close fight, but I see Tevin Farmer just slightly
I think this
outpointing.
is the last hurrah for JoJo, though. To be honest, I think JoJo Diaz got to go out. How many shots he had titles to win? And he lost them.
I think one.
Yeah, and he's gonna get another one.
Lost to Gary Russell.
Yeah, he needs to go ahead and take game business right here.
But he did give Andrew Cancio a lot of stability in his career. So.
Okay.
Yeah, as far as Daniel Roman, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I've kind of overlooked the Daniel Roman fight. No disrespect to him. Now that fight they added today, I want to talk about that. That's the fight we need to be talking about. Anthony Sims Jr. versus Romero Angulo. That's the fight we need in boxing. That's a proper fight.
It's a good, I don't know much about Angulo.
Okay. All right. We'll talk about Angulo here in a second, but let's talk about Anthony Sims Jr.
Okay.
Anthony Sims Jr. is one of the most underrated American prospects right now in boxing. He's still on the come up. He hasn't really had his big fight yet, but Anthony Sims, he comes from that Kronk school of boxing. Moves very well.
Yeah.
Got great footwork. Got a great personality as well. He comes out to funk music and just a real funny guy. Follow him on Instagram. He's fighting Romero Angulo, who many of us know fought Gilberto Ramirez.
Okay.
And he proved himself to be very durable. Romero Angulo was also mentioned recently in an interview I did with Bad Blake Davis because Blake Davis, who's a cruiserweight prospect or a light heavyweight prospect here from South Florida, he sparred Romero Angulo in preparation for his most recent fight that he just had this Friday.
Oh, wow.
And he cited Romero Angulo as toughest sparring session. He said that he was tougher than Isaac Chamberlain and that he was tougher than Felix Valero.
Wow, that's big names right there.
Durable guy. It'll be the first true test in the career of Anthony Sims Jr. And I'm looking forward to seeing and finding out just how good he is on the night. So we'll see. Here we go. Henry Brown again with the $2 super chat. He says, 2020 Bobers, Lewis, or Briggs. No more dunking. That's right. That's the fights we need to see.
And no more quacking around
here.
No
more quacking. I got Riddick Bowe smoking them all out.
Who had?
Riddick Bowe versus Shannon.
Shannon
Briggs.
Sweeping them all like a vacuum cleaner.
Yo, honestly, it's funny you mentioned Riddick Bowe versus Shannon Briggs because I'm gonna say it was like 3 years ago at the Heavyweight Factory. They almost got into a fight at the gym. A brawl almost broke out between them two at the gym. So it almost happened in 2017.
Well, for real,
would have been hilarious.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Will Pops live stream Demetrius Andre? Yeah, he's gonna be here.
Yeah, I'm gonna be here, man. I'm gonna be here to carry on while BT's out there getting it done at the zone.
Absolutely. Henry Brown, he has another $2 super chat.
Thank you, Henry Brown.
This video has been sponsored by Henry Brown. I got Wilder by KO or Fury. No points this time.
Oh, yeah, you did, he's saying?
So he's saying he's got Wilder. He's saying someone's getting stopped pretty much.
Okay, yeah.
Nobody's winning by points.
Oh wow. I think Fury. I don't know. I think Fury. If Wilder comes and attacks him like he always does, and not right, but I think Fury's ready for him this time.
Yeah. Red Glove Millington says, True School, you might see Shannon Briggs at that Boo Boo Andrade fight. You know, I've been thinking about that. And you know what's funny? The other day,
Instagram, didn't he?
Shannon Briggs just re-followed me on Instagram because he used to follow me back on Instagram like 3 years ago. Now he re-followed me again because I put a really positive comment down because he made a video about him at the Florida Panthers game. And if many of you don't know about anything about me, I'm a massive, I'm talking about huge, diehard, lifelong. I'm talking about like, I love the Florida Panthers. That's my favorite. That's my favorite hockey team. One of my favorite teams in sports. I grew up going to games. He can tell you all about it.
Yeah.
We used to go to games at the National Car Rental Center.
I was the one taking them.
So when I saw Shannon Briggs saying, "Let's go check with the Panthers jersey," and I said, "This is the greatest thing I've ever seen."
Yeah.
And I commented that, and he followed me. So I'll probably see him there. It's been a while since we did an interview, and I do plan on interviewing.
It's funny he said that. That's what you're talking about, interviewing him.
Yeah, and I do plan on interviewing Eddie Hearn, and shout out to my man Enrique Luna. Yes, shout out to Maureen Shea. She had a beautiful testimony. We had a chance to interview Maureen Shea at the Bad Promotions card. And you know what, guys? Like, that local fight card, before we move into the boxing news, because me and my dad do want to touch on some boxing news, we had a chance to go to a local fight card this weekend. We want to kind of inform people about it, because some videos have come out. You know, I dropped the video where we kind of vlogged the fight.
Right.
I dropped the one of the fights I've dropped already, and there's more to come out. But Dad, we went to the Bad Promotions card this weekend. You know, we got it's funny enough, we got the look, so you guys can see, we got the program right here. So this is the official Bad Promotions program from the fight this week.
Yeah.
You know, Bad Blake Davis, Maureen Shea, Rafael Akabajori.
Yeah.
Bad Promotion, shout out to Blake Davis. But what did you make of the card this week when we were there?
I think it was a real good card, to be honest with you. The fights that we seen were real good. The venue itself, I really loved it. I loved it a lot because it was the way they had it set up. It had it just not just catered just for the normal boxing fan. It had it catered for kids with the game.
They had video games.
Yeah, and then they had the way they did it.
They had this big 10-foot robot with LED lights that looked like Predator.
Came out in stilts and everything.
Came out in stilts. The fights were really good too.
Yeah, the fights were great. I mean, I enjoyed it. For local fighters getting their name out there, and you seeing Glenn Johnson, Hall of Famer.
Riddick Bowe was there. We did see Riddick Bowe, so it was good to see. You say he lost weight. I didn't see it.
He lost weight.
But my dad said he lost weight, so.
I ran up to him and had Riddick Bowe. They had him.
Isaac Chamberlain was there. Shout out to Isaac.
They had what was the other fighter you said that came from out of the gym?
Ivan Barancek. Ivan Barancek was there.
I mean, so Zayas.
And Xander Zayas was there. I got a video coming out with Xander Zayas soon that you guys want me to look out for.
Great venue for Bad Blake Davis because he actually promoted the venue.
Louis T wasn't there, no.
And he also also was the main fight of the main event.
And he won, yes.
And so it was great for him, and now we're looking for bigger and better things from him. So check out that video.
It was a sellout too.
Yeah.
It was
my God,
the venue seats about 1,000 people with standing room.
Yeah.
There was definitely 1,000 people there, maybe even a bit more. Maybe even a bit more.
Yeah.
They had to turn people away at the door for like 2 hours, so it was a wild success. And I'm gonna be at the next Back Promotions card March 21st.
31st.
31st? 21st. They said.
Was it?
21st.
Okay.
So good stuff. Check out the vlog. Check out the stuff that's gonna keep coming out as the week progresses. And
great time.
Was it the best local show you've been to?
That I've been here, yes. That I liked this, the whole setting and everything was just.
It was great.
Oh my God, I loved it.
All right, Henry Brown with another super chat. He says, if the fight gets called off, and he's talking about the Deontay Wilder Fury match. If the fight gets called off, Wilder versus White is next. Well, that's one of the fights I want to see. And thank you, Henry Brown. That's one of the fights I want to see. I want to see Wilder versus White because that fight's been cooking in the pot for too long.
Yeah. And
we need to know who is truly the best. We need to know who. We need more clarity in the division. I know people are saying Wilder would ice Dillian White and things like that, but let's see it. Wilder's never fought anybody close to as big a puncher as Dillian White. So I say let's see it.
Yep.
And let's see if Wilder versus White. Let's see if Dillian White can take the power of Dillian White, or let's see who lands first.
Yeah. I mean, and Wilder's coming out saying, I don't want to get off the topic, but he was saying like, Usyk, nobody's saying much about Usyk and this and that, but I mean, at the end of the day, take care of your business, but you gotta take care of mandatories, and we'll see what will happen. I mean, 2020 should be a great year in boxing, no lie. All this stuff that we've been talking about for the last few years it's all gotta be straightened out. Whether it be 2020, 2021, but it's gotta get, especially the heavyweight division.
Absolutely. So, kind of switching to boxing news, other boxing news.
We're definitely talking about Jarrett Hurd and
Oh, you know what? Yeah. Before we get to the boxing news, let's talk about Jarrett Hurd here for a second. Thank you, Dad, for reminding me. That's why I got you here.
Yeah.
Now, Jarrett Hurd, he's fighting Francisco Santana.
Sounds like make me laugh, brother. What you did for the Secret Santana? What? Yeah. Oh my God, you did.
Henry Brown said, scroll up to my other super chat. So I saw, hold on, the fight gets called off for Wilder versus next. I saw that one. I acknowledged
Hold on,
it.
guys. Yeah.
I got Wilder by KO or Fury, no points this time. I acknowledged that one.
Yeah. It was on before the filing.
Which one's that?
Oh, that's one.
I acknowledge. 2020, no more ducking from both. I acknowledged that one.
That one probably.
I've acknowledged all. Which one, Henry? I didn't see one.
Yeah.
Let me know what you guys. I didn't see which one you're talking about. But as far as
Jarrett
Hurd versus Francisco Santana, this is worse. This is worse than the Danny Garcia Ivan Redkach.
Fight.
Yeah, it's bad. It's piss poor. Because Francisco Santana, I mean, this is a guy who fought Saddam Ali.
Yeah.
At freaking, was it 140, 147? This guy is not no 54-pounder. All right, and this reminds me, I'm gonna go pull up his box track. I remember he fought somebody on the Danny Garcia undercard.
Who's this?
I'm talking about Jarrett Hurd. He fought somebody, I can't think of it right now, but he fought a British fighter on the Danny Garcia Keith Thurman undercard, and that was one of the worst trade picks I've ever seen in my life. But this one right here, it's just as bad as that one.
Takes the cake?
This one takes the cake. So, and then I'm losing respect for him, man. We're gonna get into that here in a second, but I gotta find out who it was. Who was it? It was Jojo Dan. Yeah, he fought Jojo Dan. Do you know about Jojo Dan?
No.
So when Kell Brook was the IBF champion, one of his mandatory defenses was Jojo Dan.
Right.
A welterweight.
Right.
Jarrett Hurd fought him at 154.
Wow.
On Danny Garcia Keith Thurman undercard, and he beat the hell out of him. Okay. Then this one gets glossed over because the fight before the Julian Williams fight, he fights Jason Wellborn, another British light punching fighter who had no chance. Okay, that was another bad one. Now he's fighting Francisco Santana, 25-7-1.
Oh, you look like you work at a store.
His last fight, he's come off a loss to some guy named Abel Ramos. This is the same Francisco Santana that he's been outboxed by Jose Benavidez, the one that fought Terrence Crawford.
Yeah.
He lost to Saddam Ali on the Klitschko Brian Jennings undercard. Remember that?
Wow.
So this guy has been outboxed. He's lost. I mean, he fought Jamel Charlo. He fought Cree Mayfield. He lost a split decision to Cree Mayfield. So this is a guy that's been outboxed by welterweights, low level 140 pounders as well.
Bumps.
And now he's older. He's got more wear and tear in the body, and you're dragging his ass at the 154, and that's where you're fighting him. So this is one of the worst trade picks of all time. Now, someone did mention that Francisco Santana recently.
Yeah.
This is worth noting. Good point, Sheehy. And I'm going to acknowledge your super chat in a minute, Henry Brown.
Yeah.
In the Evander Holyfield had a tournament.
Right.
In the tournament, Francisco Santana actually beat Felix Diaz.
Wow.
In a majority decision. So, fair play to him there. Mm-hmm. But for the most part, he is what he is. He should not be fighting Jarrett Hurd at 154. And Jarrett Hurd should be ashamed of himself. Now, Henry Brown, the $2 super chat, says on his Instagram, McGregor and Khabib 2020 Mayweather. I saw that. Yeah, Floyd's doing this whole thing where after the UFC fights, he posts these memes and saying, "I'm gonna go to the UFC and I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that," and he's getting all the Flomos hype for him, all the attention, and that's what Floyd is. That's how he is. That's how he's always been, and that's how he's always gonna be. So that's not changing anytime soon.
Getting back to Jarrett Hurd, I'm a big fan of Swift.
Big Henry.
Yeah, thank you, Henry Brown. I'm a big fan of Jarrett Hurd, but he turned down a rematch with
Julian Williams. So he didn't want to smoke with Julian Williams for the rematch.
And now, before Julian lost this past week, he actually come out afterwards saying after he said no that he would like to fight
Julian Williams.
Come on, man.
And then they asked him recently about him going to 160. And you know what he said? Oh, I don't want to go to 160. So what that tells me about Jarrett Hurd is he's afraid to go to 160 because he will get his ass waxed at 160. He don't want that smoke at 160. Because up there he will have the advantage of being the black Antonio Margarito. He can't have the big size advantage and impose himself. And if it becomes but Jarrett Hurd, if it becomes a thing about skills, listen, Jarrett Hurd has never won a fight because of his skills. No disrespect to him. I like him. I'm a fan of him.
Yeah.
He's not winning these fights because of his skills. He's winning these fights because of his size, of his work rate, coming forward, putting pressure on you. That's why he's winning. He's not winning his fight because he's a skilled mid-range or outside or inside fighter. So,
but his goal is to become undisputed in his weight class. He did say that.
No, clearly not. He did like the J-Rock rematch. Now, an interesting question was posed here by LA12. He says, who would win between Jarrett Hurd and Jason Rosario?
Jason Rosario.
The one that just beat Julian Williams this past weekend.
I'm going to have to, right now, I'm going to have to take Jason Rosario.
Listen.
Only because J-Rock beat Jarrett Hurd. Hurd didn't finish off J-Rock Williams, even though Jarrett is always come forward in the puncher and very active. He didn't like in J-Rock. And since Rosario did that this past weekend to J-Rock and took his time and patience and distanced himself, I would definitely take Banana Rosario over here.
Listen, I gotta go with South Florida. I'm going with South Florida. Yeah. But honestly, I just think, from what I've gathered from looking at him turning down the Julian rematch, from him turning down the Julian Williams rematch to him then saying, I don't want to go to 160, that tells me that he's lost some sort of confidence as a fighter. And for him to fight Rosario anytime in the near future, Rosario is a fighter that now has confidence. When you win a world title, you get more confidence. And I don't think he's going to want to relinquish that talent anytime soon. And that fight would just be a blood and guts war. Yeah. That would be so. Then it would just become a battle of wills, and I just don't know after the way Julian Williams beat him, because Julian Williams didn't just beat him; he beat him outside, mid range, inside. He beat him in every department in that fight.
Yeah.
So I got.
Is the guy called himself what?
This guy called himself Banana. I want to see a Puerto Rican called himself El Platino.
El Plátano.
Yeah.
Plantain. He said, hey, it could come out. It could be me, El Plátano Puertorriqueño.
There you go.
BT Pops.
Henry Brown with another $2 super chat says,
Thank you, Henry Brown.
I got Antonio Tarver beating all the men you named. Yeah, that's a pretty safe bet. Antonio Tarver was
he was a beast up.
Bad man. Bad boy in his day. Yeah. Bad boy in his day. And to be fair, he was still, even like 2015 when he fought a heavyweight and he was trying to make a little comeback, he knocked out what's his name? Golovkin's trainer.
What was the fight that we...
He knocked out what was the guy's name? Golovkin's trainer, what's his name? The guy from Kronk. I can't remember his name right now.
Sugar Hill?
No.
Oh, the other guy. Yeah, I forgot. I know what you're talking about. The other guy. Yeah.
Jonathan Banks.
Yeah.
He fought Jonathan Banks. Stopped Jonathan Banks.
How about
and then he had a draw at Cunningham.
I know something else now.
Horrible fight.
I lost it now. That's my favorite thought.
But anyway, we want to go to the boxing news. So, we want to talk about Eleider Alvarez and Joe Smith Jr. because they're right now. It's rumored that they might fight for the vacant WBO belt that was vacated by Canelo Alvarez. Joe Smith Jr. is coming fresh off a win against Jesse Hart. Eleider Alvarez is coming off a sensational knockout KO against Michael Seals.
Yep.
So, with that being said, they're rumored to fight for the WBO title.
Who wins that? The fight. Joe Smith and Storm Alvarez. Who
would win?
Yeah.
I like that's a tough one. That's a tough one. I like Alvarez. I think Alvarez is a. I think he'll be able to handle the pressure of Joe Smith. Mid to later rounds, I see him hurting Joe Smith and potentially stopping him.
Seriously?
Yeah, but you can't rule out Joe Smith. Joe Smith Jr. is like one of those guys where like you think he's gonna lose, but he just keeps finding ways to win a lot of these fights. So unless he's fighting like the Dimitri Bivols, all the top guys, he's always gonna have a chance to win. Okay. So I will go with Joe Smith.
Yeah.
But they're looking at this fight potentially happening next to that vacant WBO title. And I'll say this: I like Joe Smith. I would love to see him become world champ.
Yeah, me too.
How good would that be? A guy that was
construction worker in Long Island.
He was a construction worker who came in to fight Andre Fonfara, and he was so good that he made Virgil Hunter tell Andre Fonfara to go out there for a whole round and not throw any punches.
That's crazy.
Well,
this will be it, yeah.
And to go from that to potentially being a world champion, I mean, you love to see it, so love to see it. So yeah, I hope that fight comes off this year. I hope that we get it because that definitely be a good fight. But I will say this: whoever wins that title is probably the weakest champion in the division at light heavyweight.
Oh yeah, because you have Bivol, you have
Bivol, you have Beterbiev.
Yeah.
None of those guys are messing with Beterbiev or Bivol.
You see that? Not nobody.
Bivol already beat Joe Smith.
Yeah.
So.
And what do you think is gonna happen to Jesse Hart now that he lost? He's done.
Jesse Hart, man, like he's an annoying fighter to talk about because
Yeah.
his best chance to win the world title was at 168.
Okay.
He's not gonna mess with those guys up there at 175.
All right.
But
So you don't see nothing.
I don't know, man. I like him because
Philadelphia fighter.
I've been following Jesse Hart. Like, let me tell you guys
I respect to him too.
Let me tell you guys how much I like Jesse Hart, or how much I liked him at one point. Jesse Hart, when he fought Deshaun Johnson.
Yeah.
A journeyman named Deshaun Johnson.
Right.
He fought Deshaun Johnson, and this was like one of those like local cards in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
But you had to pay. It was like a internet pay-per-view type thing.
Okay.
You had to pay $15 to watch him fight. I paid $15 and watched him fight. In fact, if you go on YouTube and you type in Jesse Hart versus Deshaun Johnson post-fight review,
Yeah.
I probably have the only Jesse Hart Deshaun Johnson
Wow.
post-fight review on YouTube.
Wow.
And I was hyping him up. If you go back to the video, I was hyping the shit out of Jesse Hart in that video.
Yeah.
I like Jesse Hart back in that video. So, I like him. I just don't think he'll ever be world champ. I think he is what he is. Sucks to say it, but I can't see him winning a world title. But I hope he does.
To give him the respect for whatever it is.
I respect him for being in the ring and taking on good fighter like Gilberto Ramirez and Joe Smith. But he is not a world champion. He's not world championship material. I remember 2016, 2017. I was kind of in denial. Like, no, he's gonna do it. He's gonna do it. But I'm calling it.
But you gotta give him enough respect as a Philadelphia fighter to come in and try to fight for the loss that Bernard Execution Hopkins lost to Smith. So he was trying to get that for Philadelphia. Him. So all respect to Philadelphia. Philly should love him no matter what. He's a Philly fighter and respect him for that.
Okay. Now listen to this. Okay, let me ask you this, man. So we know DAZN. Now look, I like DAZN. I respect Eddie Hearn, but DAZN and Eddie Hearn have both done some shit that I don't like in boxing. Logan Paul versus KSI. I mean, I was live for it. Didn't necessarily like it that much. I don't want to see it again. Yeah. It was cool for one night. I want to see it again. Making Sergey Kovalev and Canelo Alvarez wait 1 hour to get their fight going because the UFC fight was going on. I didn't like that.
Yeah.
And now, as it's been reported by Boxing Scene, Logan Paul is going to fight on DAZN again in April. And who is he going to fight? He's going to fight Antonio Brown. Antonio Brown. That's right. Yes, that Antonio Brown. The NFL Antonio Brown. The one that played for the Patriots for a week.
Yeah, I mean...
Your Patriots, your team.
Yeah, at the end of the day...
What do you think about Logan Paul versus Antonio Brown?
I don't know.
Have you seen video of Antonio Brown hitting the punching bag?
I could care less. I just think the guy got a lot of issues, and this is just going to be another soap opera. He's not making money from the NFL anymore. He made enough, I guess. I mean, people want to see it, and that's, I guess, Eddie Hearns is just taking his shots and feel that that's going to be money in that, so be it, but I don't really like that crap.
Have you seen him hit the punching bag, Antonio Brown?
No, I could care less, though. Like, I really don't care about
I want to show you.
He's got skills?
I want to show you this. I need your reaction. I need to see what you think about this. Okay. So we're gonna get Pop's react. And by the way, have any of you guys seen Antonio Brown hit a punching bag? Antonio Brown can't no damn punching bag. Anyway, I'm gonna show you. We're gonna get my dad's unfiltered reaction to Antonio Brown hitting the punching bag. So let's pull it up here on YouTube right quick. Here my phone.
Bad receiver. Let's see what he hits with the punching
Listen,
bag.
you would think as a receiver he would have footwork. Nope.
That'll make me laugh already.
Look at this BS. Okay. This is Antonio Brown hitting the punching bag. This is him. This is in boxing training. And he trains in Miami, so who knows? Maybe I might stop by the gym where he trains at and see if he's there one day.
Run into, yeah.
So this is Antonio Brown. Wow.
Let me see.
Okay, look.
He better stick to football. I mean, he's trying, but he better stick to football.
That's ridiculous. That is ridiculous.
Logan Paul twice the size anyways, right?
I'm not sure how that works, but
Oh my God.
if they fight, who you got? Antonio Brown or Logan Paul? They fight.
I got Logan Paul, but please, I really don't care.
I got Logan Paul very stoppage.
Yeah, man, it's a joke.
But Logan Paul sucks too, though.
Who cares?
So if Antonio, KSI showed that Logan Paul can handle pressure. So if Antonio Brown can keep his feet under him, and throw some decent punches. Listen, I'll be rooting for Antonio Brown. You want to know why?
What?
South Florida, stand up. We got freaking Teofimo Lopez and Jason Rosario. Antonio Brown, we want Antonio Brown to win. He's a Miami guy. He's from South Florida.
Maybe make those boxing gloves with the footballs. Maybe he'd be able to punch the target like
that.
Yeah.
So that's like the next big thing that's going on.
Eddie Hearn's made a lot of money off of that, or got a lot of followers for that. And having Logan Paul brings a lot of attention.
Yeah, I mean, in that sense, Logan Paul is good for boxing. Logan Paul is probably going to create more boxing fans than any active fighter. So in that respect, it's good for boxing. I hope it goes well. My worry is this though. My worry is that one day they keep doing this shit and it goes wrong one day, and all of a sudden someone gets punched the wrong way and they die, and then they say, "Oh, it was sad. It was this." But you can't play boxing. You can't play boxing. You can't be gimmicky with boxing, and because one of these days, one of these guys will get hurt badly because they're not fighters.
Money isn't everything.
It's not everything. Health before or wealth health before wealth.
Yep.
So
I mean,
Eddie Hearn, listen, he's seeing all the signs. In fact, you guys remind me. In fact, anytime you guys see me live from this point until when I go to the Andrade fight, please remind me to ask Eddie Hearn about this.
Yeah.
Please remind me to ask him about this. Say, Brendan, make sure you ask Eddie Hearn about Antonio Brown with Logan Paul. Because I'm going to ask him why he keeps doing this.
It's like a WWF thing to him. That's what it is. And it gets people and it gets traction. So that's why he probably doing it.
LA 12 says Antonio Brown will bring in a lot of support. It brings attention. That is true.
That's true.
I mean, ESPN because he's a big sports star. You know, he's a former NFL player.
Yeah, you know that.
You know,
Raiders, Patriots, whoever. You know, yeah. I just think he got issues too. So
I don't know. I don't really believe in the whole thing of all publicity is good publicity. I don't think it is.
Nah, but I mean, you gotta look at it from Eddie Hearn's
like you don't see Novak Djokovic playing in the NFL.
No.
You don't see Alex Ovechkin playing in the NBA.
No.
And you don't see LeBron. You damn sure don't see LeBron James in a boxing ring.
But remember the time when you had Deion Sanders playing football, baseball, Bo Jackson back in the day. So you got athletes like that.
Deion Sanders and Bo Jackson were legit. They were legit. Yeah. Don't compare those specimen of men to Logan Paul and KSI.
No, but I'm just saying, like, they had their, you know.
Red Glove Militant wants to know when me and you are gonna fight for the WBC belt. You know what I say? When you put the money up, I'll say this. If we go live at all and we get $1,000 in super chats, we'll fight live. We'll fight live on air.
Yeah.
If you give us $1,000 in super chats, we'll fight live. We'll fight live on air.
Now, one day we'll go in the ring and we'll take each other. Believe me.
Tell them what happened last time you went in the boxing ring.
Shit, I was dead. This first person, I'm an old man. But I'll go do it for fun.
For fun. Okay, and then probably our last little piece, last topic me and my dad want to cover is Lawrence Okolie, the Sauce. Lawrence Sauce Okolie has been speaking to the media recently, and you know he's pretty much the right now he's in negotiations because he might be fighting for the vacant WBO cruiserweight belt against maybe Krzysztof Lewacki, which I think would be a good fight and a much needed step up in his career because he's conquered British level, he's conquered European level, and he's soon to conquer hopefully world level for his sake. But he was talking to Sky Sports recently, and he spoke about a move to heavyweight in 2021.
Wow.
So here, I'll read you guys a quote verbatim, and we will dissect from there. He said, I quote, "Definitely I'm able to accomplish what I want to accomplish." Or no, he said, definitely if I'm able to accomplish what I want to accomplish this year, then maybe early next year I'll move up. I look to potentially unify the cruiserweight division in the fight after and solidify myself as a world champion this year. He then went on by saying, I feel comfortable. We have to see an actual fight, but in sparring with bigger head guards and bigger gloves, the athleticism is a bigger factor because you have to move in and out. One shot isn't as big of a factor. Obviously, I punch reasonably hard and I'm strong, so I never feel out of my depth with heavyweights. I sparred other quality heavyweights and medium heavyweights. I feel comfortable. A lot of cruiserweights don't want to spar me because we're either going to fight or it's going to be too physically imposing. The heavyweights are big, are able to soak up more damage and have pride when sparring me because I'm in the division below. So they are. Lawrence Okolie talking about potentially moving up to heavyweight. What do you make of him potentially moving up to heavyweight?
I mean, the sky's the limit. If he's done enough and he becomes undisputed in his weight class, just like Usyk did in his weight class before he moved up, why not? I don't know if this is a call of opportunity. If he wants to do it, let him do it.
I'll say this. He moved to heavyweight. He going to the hospital quick. Because the way he fights,
I'm saying, but as
the
an
way
opportunity, as having an opportunity
Okay.
to do it.
I hope he had an opportunity to get some medical insurance. Because if he moved to heavyweight, he gonna need his medical insurance.
Pray for him, yeah.
Listen, Lawrence Okolie, the way he fights and the way he's always fought, he's very likes to. His fights are ugly. He likes to hold and use his elbows.
Yeah.
And, we saw the Isaac Chamberlain fight. We saw his fight for the European title. We've seen these fights with him. We know how he fights.
Exactly.
At heavyweight, he's not doing that.
That ain't gonna
He
happen.
go in there, he grab Dillian White. Dillian White throws that out the ring.
Right, WWF.
WWF style. So all that shit he's been chatting about. Oh, I knocked Anthony Joshua out in sparring. I knocked Dillian White down in sparring. He moved up there. He's gonna have to look. He's gonna have to live up to all that. So I think he should stay at cruiserweight. I want him to get the belt. I want him to do what he gotta do. Keep the belt for as long as Isaac Chamberlain can get up there. Tell my boy Isaac Chamberlain to fight him and get the rematch.
I would love to see the rematch. I've been saying it since it started, so that'd be great. One more thing before I go, I wanted to also talk about Andy Reid's supposed to come back and be fighting in March or April, but they were saying that Andy Reid wants more money than what Eddie Hearn's offered him.
Yeah, Eddie Hearn offered Andy Reid $7 million.
And he wants more.
He wants more. That's right. What you think?
No, man. $7 million not enough. You got 12.
He probably blew all the Joshua money already. He needs it.
What did Jesse Robinson say? Mama.
Yeah. Jesse Robinson in a recent interview, he said about Andy Reid. He said, you said your mama ain't gonna have to worry again, brother. If you don't get up off your ass, your mama gonna have to worry real soon. Now, Andy Reid's. Listen, I'm out here pocket watching, but all I can do is just make an observation of what he's posted on Instagram and on his life.
Right.
This man's out here buying his girl a Range Rover. He's buying houses for his family. He's buying houses for his mom.
Yeah.
He's doing this. He's doing that. Fair play to him. Enjoy your money, but it's not far fetched to think that maybe he's running low on money, and that's why he's demanding more money.
What's crazy?
What do you think?
I mean, $7 million is not enough. How much more do you need? I'm sure plus his endorsement is gonna make money. I mean, he should be like he's even getting that now.
That is true.
I mean, he had his opportunity. He got 12 million, 7 million, 2 fights, $19 million, and it's gone. Come on now. I mean that, and then I seen another thing I was telling my son. We were talking earlier. Now that we'll go off this is that the Brazilian Kanaki fight. He doesn't want to fight Brazil now. He wants to fight the guy Helenius, or what was it? Helenius. What do you guys think about that?
Helenius is a solid guy.
So you think he's a better fighter?
I think Helenius might be a better fight because I just think Dominic Brazil, when you factor in the Joshua fight, the Ngannou fight, and now the Wilder fight, his reflexes are going to get slower. So I think Helenius is more equipped to give him better rounds.
Yeah. The fight that I really want to see is Kanaki versus Maurice. Both of them in the ring.
Be a good fight. But you know what? Speaking of fights, we'll make an announcement here. If you, we said this when we were live the other night, but I'm not sure if any of you guys heard. But we're here. We're all family here. Yeah. All 16 of us here. Me and my dad, our minds are made up. I'm buying my plane ticket in a matter of days.
Yeah.
Me and my dad will be going to Dallas, and we will be going to see Roman Gonzalez versus Yafai. We're gonna go see that fight. Our minds are made up. We're gonna fly our ass down to Frisco, Texas, or Dallas, Texas, and then go to Frisco, Texas, and we're gonna go watch one of the most important fights in boxing this year happen. And yes, it is one of the most important fights in boxing this year because you got Roman Gonzalez, a living legend and an all-time great of the weight class.
Yep.
And he's fighting Yafai, the UK's longest reigning world champion, who I just so happened to talk to. So listen, I'm very emotionally invested in this fight. I like both fighters. Obviously, I like Roman Gonzalez a lot more, and I'm a fan of him. But I've become a fan of Cal.
What better way to start the year?
And what better way to start the year? And who knows? Who knows who we'll run into out there?
Fans, who knows? Get all the other fighters out there.
When are you all coming to Dallas? I haven't bought my ticket. I haven't bought my ticket yet. But the fight's the 29th, so I anticipate it'll
29th.
be sometime early in that week, probably the 25th, 26th. When I buy my ticket, like when I buy the actual ticket, then I'll let you know the date that I get there.
Yep.
Because I will be there. There's no way in hell I'm missing Roman Gonzalez with Khalid Yafai.
Yeah. And he interviewed both fighters.
I've interviewed both of them. I'm a fan of both of them. Been following both of them for years. This is a fight that I've talked. The first video I made about Khalid Yafai versus Roman Gonzalez was in 2017. I've been talking about this fight for 3 years.
And now
it's finally happening. And now I think it's happening at the perfect time. Because from a competitive standpoint, I think right now it's as competitive as this fight will ever be. Because if the fight would have happened in 2017, I think Roman would have smoked Khalid Yafai. If the fight happened, now that it's happening now, Khalid Yafai I think is coming into the prime of his career.
Right.
And you got Roman Gonzalez who's past the prime of his career, but he's still got enough in the tank to beat Khalid Yafai. So I think the fight now from a competitive standpoint is
right.
is as best it's ever going to be. Now, a lot of you guys are saying, I keep saying that we're going there for that fight. People think I'm going to leave after the Gonzalez fight. Listen, if I go there and buy a ticket, my ass is staying there for the whole fight. So, yes, I'm going to go in there and I'm going to go watch one of the most unimportant welterweight fights in the history of boxing, Mikey Garcia versus Jesse Vargas.
Mikey Garcia's interview. Yeah.
But I'm rooting for Jesse Vargas. I like Jesse Vargas. I met him a couple times. Nice guy. And I just don't like Mikey Garcia. I don't like Mikey Garcia. I think he's a diva. I think he's all these things.
We'll try to do what we can.
We'll be there. So listen, if any of you are going to be in Dallas for that fight, or if any of you live in Dallas and want to meet up for that fight, you can contact me on Instagram. You can contact me on Facebook. All that good stuff. And we can meet up and we can do a video.
Yeah,
do something.
Great.
You can meet Pops. You can meet me. Maybe we can go get some of that good old Texas barbecue. And I know about that good old Texas barbecue because I lived in Texas for a year of my life. So. But yeah, we pretty much covered everything we wanted to cover tonight. We talked about Danny Garcia a bit.
Thank you so much.
We talked about some news. So I guess for the next 20 minutes or so, shoot your questions.
What's the schedule going to be for this?
Anything goes. What?
Our schedule.
Oh, yes. My dad wanted me to tell you guys about the new schedule. So Henry Brown. I don't think he's here anymore because I haven't seen any comments, super chats. But shout out to him.
Thank you.
Henry Brown recently asked me and has been imploring me to go get on a live schedule. So I'm gonna give you guys my live schedule. This is the 2020 True School Sports live schedule. Okay. So my plan, and this is excluding our Saturday night live fight reactions. Okay. So Tuesday at midnight. Tuesday midnight we will go live. Wednesday, right? No, technically it's what, Monday, because it's Tuesday now, right?
So Monday.
So Tuesday night, right? Or no, Tuesday.
It'll be Monday night, Tuesday evening.
Monday night, Tuesday morning. So like midnight of Monday.
Yeah, so Monday midnight.
Okay, and then Wednesday morning we'll be live at 10 a.m.
That's fine.
10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Wednesdays, and then Friday will be midnight as well. So. You get 2 midnight lives at the beginning of the week and the end of the week, one in the middle of the week, and then you get your Saturday night live fight reaction. So I'm gonna get on this schedule now because these are the times that I wake up, and then in between those days, the Tuesday and Thursday between those days, I'm gonna go to gyms and get my interviews and stuff. So that's the way I want to do things here on True School Sports, and we're gonna try it out for a bit and see how it goes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So thank you so much. Unless you want to continue. Oh, you're there for 20 minutes?
Let's see what and big shout out to my man Lawrence. He says, I just tuned in, but I think Pac-Man will fight Earl. Too much money to pass up a Sling Mayweather, and Pac is dead. Yeah, I mean, that sounds about right. I think Pac-Man will fight Earl as well. Danny fights, but listen, Danny Garcia needs to fight somebody. I don't give a shit if it's Crawford. I don't care if it's Pac. I don't care if it's Spence.
Anybody that wants to get the Pacquiao Spence needs to fight Crawford first.
Hell, you know what? Fight if Ugas wins the next fight, and you beat Redkach, fight Ugas. Ugas deserves a big fight. Ugas beat Porter.
Yep.
They robbed my man Ugas.
Yep. So that's what I think.
LA12 says Pac-Man or Earl. I got Pac-Man. Easy. That's easy money.
Me too.
I made a video about it. I made a video about it back in September or August. I said I think Earl Spence's style, his whole style is tailor made for Manny Pacquiao. The only way he's beating Manny Pacquiao is if Manny Pacquiao just like falls off a cliff, as far as his abilities go, overnight. But yeah, I think his whole style is tailor made, and Pacquiao's got
speed, left hand still.
Yeah. So.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. What else? What else was there to talk about?
We talked Jarrett Hurd. We talked about what I said.
Drop your comments down below, guys. Anything goes right now. For the next 21 minutes, anything goes. So whatever you want to talk about.
He's gonna tell you something. What was it about LeBron?
Oh,
This is a good discussion.
here's a good discussion. This has nothing to do with boxing. But look. So for those of you who don't personally know me and don't know my views on basketball, because I'm a massive basketball fan. I follow a lot of sports.
Yeah.
Basketball being one of them.
Yeah.
I love basketball. I got into an argument with somebody because tonight Kemba Walker, the Celtics played the Lakers, and Kemba Walker has never beat LeBron James ever in his career. He was like 0-28 coming into tonight, and he beat him. The Celtics won by like 32 points, blew them the fuck off the court. So. I was celebrating it on Instagram because I'm a huge Kemba fan because I'm a Hornets fan, so being that I love Kemba, being that I love a Hornets fan, I love Kemba. Basically, I was calling LeBron James a fraud, and I've never liked LeBron James ever since he came to the NBA when I was like in 2003. I never liked him. I always thought he was overrated. Basically, what I want to say, LeBron James is on performance-enhancing drugs. He's on PEDs, and we'll leave it at that. But he's on PEDs.
You're talking about the NBA now on the strict.
Yeah, the NBA has the softest drug testing. None of the stars have ever tested positive. It's the only sport where none of the stars have tested positive before taking drugs. But the role players, listen, all tested positive. Left, right, center, they all tested positive. Lawrence says, I got Earl. One thing that Earl does, which I'm not sure Pat can handle, is his ability to go to the body. It's true, but he needs the time and space to plant his feet to go to the body.
Can he handle? Can Spence handle Pacquiao's quickness and speed throughout the whole fight? The activeness he got.
I think that straight left hand will kill him. Yeah. Inoue versus Casemiro. That's a great fight right there. I'm going with Monster, man. Monster's the truth.
Yeah.
I don't think Monster will lose a fight until he goes to 122 or 120, or like 126 if he goes that high.
Right.
I think that is in the card, Martinez versus Harris. Listen, man, no disrespect to anybody else on that card, but it's all Roman Gonzalez versus Yafai. That's the only thing that matters to me. Unless Nisa Estrada gets on that card, it's all Roman Gonzalez against Yafai. Straight up. But yeah, I'll be in Dallas for that, so if you're going to be in Dallas, contact me. Let a brother know. And yeah.
I'm looking forward to that.
Just something you guys might want to look out for on the channel. In the coming days, I'm going to 5th Street Gym tomorrow, so I'm gonna get some content tomorrow. I don't know who I'm gonna interview. I don't know who I'm gonna see, but I'll be at 5th Street Gym tomorrow morning. Ironically, I'm going to 5th Street Gym tomorrow morning with Coach Luis Perez. And Coach Luis Perez, for those of you who don't know, he's the assistant trainer for Jason Rosario. So
he was on TV.
And he was on TV, just
going crazy. We'll go live to you guys.
Yeah. So I'll be with him tomorrow.
Yeah.
And yes, Triple JJJ, Roman Gonzalez should have won Fight of the Decade, but we knew that wasn't going to happen. We knew they wanted to give it to Floyd because that's what the BWAA and the boxing establishment, they haven't hopped up those nuts seconds to retire.
Yeah.
Straight up. Donaire was huge compared to Inoue, but Inoue still found a way to get the job done.
Yeah.
Spence can take a punch. Kell Brook was landing bombs on Spence. I really hope Earl is 100% if he's going to fight Pac. I have a feeling if happens, it will be at Cowboy Stadium. Listen, Lawrence, if that fight happens, there's no other venue that place can take place but Cowboy Stadium. Yeah. You got Errol Spence, the Dallas native, versus Manny Pacquiao, who's fought multiple times there, and I believe he still holds the record for the most tickets sold for a boxing event there. So,
But don't you think it should be Errol Spence should fight Crawford, and the winner of that fights Pacquiao?
Listen, man, I just want to see these fights.
Okay.
I don't give a damn what order they happen. I don't give a damn what order they happen in. Yes, I have my things that I think should happen.
Yeah.
But I just want them to happen. And when it comes to Pacquiao, we don't got time to wait. He's old.
Yeah, that's true. Plus, he's doing anything around when his Congress is on break or something, right?
Yeah. So when he's done putting people to death in the Philippines, he's gonna put these fighters to death in the ring.
Crazy. Yeah.
Hopefully not. But we're saying this in jest here. Obviously, I don't think so. But
not in a bad way.
What are your thoughts on Ryan Garcia's next fight?
What were you telling me?
He's fighting Francisco Fonseca.
Yeah,
I like that fight for him. That's a good solid step up there for him. I like that.
He might fight Jorge Linares next.
After that.
Yeah.
I love it. I love that he's stepping up. It's a good test for him. Fair play to him. I think he's gonna have a really big 20-20.
Yeah, they're gonna use him a lot this year, I think.
I think he's gonna have a good 2020. But it's the kind of step up he needs against a guy who's been in there with Gervonta Davis. The guy he wants to fight. If he can go in there and beat him in more sensational fashion than Tank, because I don't think Tank stopped him. So if he can go in there and beat him in more sensational fashion, that's a feather in his cap, and he can use it against Tank.
That's true.
Paul Lindy, salute to you, champ. How you doing?
Yeah.
Red Glove Millicent says, I agree with Pops. That's how I would rather see it, but they all need to be fighting each other. I agree. So I don't care what order it happens, and just make them happen. What do you think about, my man Mitch Gibson asks, what do you think about Triple G versus Jaime Munguia? That's an interesting fight.
That'd be a good fight. But
Golovkin's washed.
Yeah, but I've been leaning too much. I've been, like I was myself, the same thing. I've been leaning towards Golovkin for his last fights that I've seen. He's not the old dominating, in my own opinion, that he was before. I respect him if he continues to fight, but I think Munguia will finish him.
Nah, I think Golovkin will still stop Munguia.
You still think so?
I think Gennady Golovkin will expose the hype train.
You think so?
You saw what Spike O'Sullivan was doing to him.
Yeah.
Spike O'Sullivan was piecing him up. You don't think Golovkin?
I don't know.
I know Golovkin is.
You gotta show me more than what he showed me last two fights.
I know Golovkin is watched. So you see what Spike O'Sullivan was doing to this guy?
Yeah, I pieced him up, but
he's still hittable. Listen, he's still hittable.
Yeah, because his
I don't
defense.
care how washed Triple G is. You cannot take punches from him. You cannot take flush punches from Triple G.
Yeah.
And think you're gonna win a fight.
I still think that I will take Munguia still. Just my opinion.
Now
because he's younger, he's hungry. The only style, like you said, and I agree with you, BT, is that his defense. Everybody's been saying he needs to work on his defense. Yeah, so you probably right.
Yeah. Nobody mentioned this, but Golovkin, his next fight, he's fighting. Supposedly, he's fighting his mandatory Kamil Schmerta.
Is he any good?
When I tell you, if I could manufacture a more tailor-made style for Golovkin, it'd be him.
Easy.
It'd be Kamil Schmerta. I've only seen him fight one time. He fought on the undercard of Golovkin versus Derevyanchenko, and extremely amateur style, no punching power, very little athletic ability. Golovkin 5 rounds or less.
Wow.
Easy. KO of the year type stuff.
Like good night.
Good night, Irene.
Yeah.
That's what I see. But my thing is, like, if the zone's gonna have Triple G on their cards, they should really they
gotta put some good
up
fights.
competition, man. Like Steve Rose, Schmeta. I mean, come on, man. You're telling this man it's a bum bash. It's becoming a bum bash.
Did Triple G ever fight? I might have it with Andre or no?
Huh?
Did they fight? Who? Different with Andre and Triple G.
You don't want that smoke. You don't want to Listen, Golovkin doesn't want to speak English either. When they mention it.
One question to you guys: who do you want Jamal Charlo to fight now? Does he say he want to take his with J-Rock, but he lost all his belts? Where would you like to see Charlo go now? Who do you want him to fight next?
Charlo.
The one that won the belt. The one that he just won the belt, and I want him to fight Harrison.
Yeah, be Harrison.
Right, and they were asking him, "Wait, are you gonna fight? Are you gonna go out and take care?" He go, "Oh, I got to get out of the business. I don't know if I'm gonna get Harrison in the business." But now since Williams lost his belts, J-Rock lost his belts. God bless him. I still like him a lot. Where do you guys think Charles gonna go from that direction now? Because he got no belts. That's what he was hoping for, to fight J-Rock.
Yeah. Paul Lindley wants to know, who do we got, Wilder or Fury? Who you got?
I'm going with Fury still. I think Fury's the best shape that I've seen him in. They both, let's be fair. Both men know each other. They both fought each other already. They both know each other's style. Wilder's got that devastating right bomb. And Fury needs to do what he always does. Keeps moving around the ring, doing what he's doing. He's felt his punching power. And I don't think he's afraid of Wilder. I got Fury.
Honestly, I got Fury, but honestly, I'm so close to changing my pick, it's not even funny. Like, I might pick Wilder.
I got Fury.
I might pick Wilder. Like,
Your heart, yeah, that you got feeling? Or?
I don't know. I don't know, man. Like, the reason I might pick Wilder is because I really think the change of trainers says a lot about Fury's psychological, like where he is psychologically into the fight.
that part. That's the only thing I was telling my son. I always believe, I'm a firm believer, don't fix something that's not broke. And making a change like this, fighting a fighter like Wilder, and Davidson's always been in your corner, and hearing a different voice just right away, even though you knew him from before, it's not the same thing as you bet the last fights that you've had with this trainer. I mean, I know Billy Joe Saunders went back to Davidson as his trainer, but I think that it was a big mistake by Fury leaving him. I think so, and I've been saying that before that even happened. That part.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I want the thing is, listen, I'm a Tyson Fury fan. As far as like the heavyweights, he's my favorite heavyweight. I love Tyson Fury. Mm-hmm. But separating the fan from what I think will happen, I don't know. I just think it might be wild this time, man. I don't know. It might be his time. I think he might.
Well, they're gonna have a trilogy. What is it called?
Trilogy.
Yeah, so it could be a draw for another fight. You know, we don't know.
We'll see, man. Honestly, I don't even want to pick that fight because it's just tough to pick. I don't even want to pick it.
I got Fury.
So I'm probably gonna wait, probably about till fight week to give an official prediction. But right now I'm going with Fury. Only on the fact that I've always believed in him, but Wilder, just with how he's developing as a heavyweight, his belief in himself, what he did the first fight, you know, he's making me a believer. You know, I even got his hoodie on my set. Mm-hmm. You know. But
Ramirez and Josh Taylor.
Another tough one. I always said if anybody's gonna beat Josh Taylor, it'll be Jose Ramirez. I've always told you that's stylistically that's the toughest fight for Josh Taylor.
Progress is still not behind the short round. I like Progress. I think he's gonna do something, make some noise.
I might go with No, I don't want to pick that right now. I don't want to pick that. That one's tough too. Cause like Jose Ramirez is so good, man. He's so good at putting pressure on fighters. He's vicious when he has you hurt. He knows how to finish you.
What about
But you know what? We can't even talk about that yet because he's still got to fight Victor Postal, and Victor Postal might get him.
Yeah.
We don't know.
True. Canelo and Billy Joe Saunders.
Canelo. What are you surprised with Canelo?
No, I'm taking Billy Joe.
Nah, why Billy Joe?
That's the gut for love have. I always stuck with Billy Joe Canelo. And if he doesn't have no stipulation out of that, I'm still. I know the last couple of fights with Billy Joe, they haven't been that impressive, but I'm still taking Billy Joe Saunders.
This is Canelo. There's always stipulation. That's number one.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And number two,
I see the best Mexican top fighter today. All the Mexicans.
Tell them what you were watching today at Starbucks.
I was watching Salvador Sanchez versus the African guy, Nelson.
Yeah.
Great fight. I was watching Salvador Sanchez style, telling myself, man, I like the way he fought. Patient, ready to attack, did everything. And that's why I like fighters like that, not fighters like make stipulations to jump here and there, don't know what they want. So Canelo, you gotta show me something. And Billy Joe Saunders gonna take care of him. Not him, Boo Andre will take care of him this year. That's my New Year's wish.
Someone asked Khalid versus Billy Joe Saunders. Before you answer Khalid versus Billy Joe Saunders, I'm picking John Ryder.
Let's go, champ. I'm winning. Yeah. I lost a lot of respect.
Billy Joe would box circles on that dude. Listen, Caleb Smith is a hype job. Caleb Smith is not beating Billy Joe Saunders. I'm sick of seeing him. I'm sick of hearing about him.
Money. It's all about making more money.
That dude should be giving John Ryder a rematch yesterday. Yeah. Like it's that bad. I mean,
seriously.
Sports Illustrated voted Andre Ward as Fighter of the Decade.
Well, what they're smoking?
No joke. What a joke! Are you serious?
Are you
Andre
serious?
Ward?
They're serious about saying that?
Sports Illustrated has just no. He's being serious. Yeah. If what you're saying is true, Sports Illustrated has lost any and all credibility they had. Fighter of the Decade based on what?
Beating Kovalev twice. Okay,
the first fight you gotta give. The second fight you punched him in his nuts. And before that, you fought Pudding Pop Paul Smith, and after that you fought. No man. Fighter of the Decade is Floyd Mayweather. I mean, that's more reasonable than Andre Ward, but it's still not. It's still
not legit.
It's not legit because he fought Conor McGregor. Listen, the minute he fought Conor McGregor,
that ruined his whole.
And Andre Berto, I don't know which one was worse, Andre Berto or Conor McGregor. The minute he fought either one of them two, it should have been canceled right there. No more. No fight of the decade for you.
Everyone fought on the victory?
Yeah. I mean, listen. People can say I'm biased if they want. Fair play to them if they do. But honestly, if we're honest with ourselves, and we know about boxing, we know what the small weight class is, and we look at who was in entertaining, important, meaningful fights, and fought the best,
without running away with excuses.
who wasn't a weight bully, who had no stipulations, you know, who was really a testament to boxing for the last decade. It's Roman Gonzalez. Roman Gonzalez is the fight of the decade by a country mile, and that's not even close. It can't be. Listen, it can't be Joshua, and it can't be. No, it can't be It can't be Pacquiao because he got his ass knocked out, put to sleep by Marquez in the worst way possible, and he had a 36-minute tap dancing session with Floyd Mayweather. And the same thing goes for Mayweather. He had a 36-minute tap dancing session with Pacquiao, and he fought an MMA fighter, and he fought a kickboxer.
He's the only 8 divisional champion ever in boxing.
God bless him. I love Pacquiao. Pac-Man for life, but still, the fight of the decade.
His resume is crazy.
And Canelo can't be the fight of the decade because he's a cheater.
Definitely not.
He's a flat-out cheater. Yeah. So Roman Gonzalez is the fight of the decade at the end. Roman Gonzalez, he fought guys bigger than him with no tune-ups. He fought the best fighters available to him. He was a lineal champion. He was not a weight bully. He put a whole weight class on the map. He got the biggest payday any fighter his size has got since 1993. I mean, can I go on? Should I go on?
No, you legit.
Here's Ward's response. I have never desired to become the most popular fighter. I've never cared for the spotlight. He never cared. Okay, so he's a hypocrite because the same Andre Ward who said he never cared for the spotlight is the same Andre Ward who says that American fighters don't get enough support and then he this. So which one is it?
Wow.
Which one is it?
Put him on the spot.
Which one is it? Which one is it, champ? There were things I refused to do in order to chase a carrot. I only wanted to be the best, glorify God, my family, and lead the right way. Amen. # mission accomplished. Respect. Listen, okay, I want to separate Andre Ward the boxer from Andre Ward the man. Now listen, I never had the opportunity to meet Andre Ward the man, but from everything I've read about him, everything I've seen of him outside the ring, he looks to be a stand-up guy. But in that boxing ring, my least fair fighter of all time. And
my son, every time we just fighters and remind him of Ward, somehow they have some kind of correlation.
Every time I see a fighter,
they watching the boxer, he said, "Yeah, that's Andrew Ward."
We were watching Joey Spencer, right?
Yeah.
Fucking Joey Spencer. Joey Spencer. He was fighting on the what card were we watching?
The PBC card.
The one this weekend. Yeah. We saw Joey Spencer, and we see how tentative he is, and we see how he don't like to throw a lot of punches. I said, Andre Ward.
Yeah.
Andre Ward. He's the same one that said a fighter like Roman Gonzalez don't last in boxing.
Well, he
ain't gonna last on TV anymore because he's fighting that shit he's fighting. PBC,
hey, put somebody in that's worthwhile watching. You know, you almost make me change the channel.
But listen, I respect Andre Ward.
Yeah.
For who he is outside the ring. He seems like a stand-up guy. All the things about glorifying God, your family, not having to play a character to sell tickets, I can get down with that. I can rock with that. Fair play to him. I think he's been, in that regard, he's been a good role model for fighters. But, I mean, like with him, it's like, even if you want to go that route, you still gotta promote yourself in a way where you're gonna sell tickets.
That's true.
And where you're gonna be visible. And there were many times where I felt like Andre Ward didn't care for the media. There were many times where I felt like, Andre Ward lost years of his career battling. Hold on a second. Correct me if I'm wrong. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong. Andre Ward, if I'm not mistaken, didn't the Joe Goosen lawsuit, didn't that happen during the decade? Didn't he lose a couple of years of his career because of the Joe Goosen lawsuit? So by way of default, he can't be fighter of the decade because he didn't even fight the whole decade. So, let me see. I'm pretty sure that was the case. But you guys in the comments let me know if I'm wrong. But as for Joey Spencer, Joey Spencer is one of the most overhyped, just hype job prospects that the boxing establishment keeps trying to shove down our throats. I mean, I don't wish bad on nobody. Like, I don't wish bad on his career. I can just go by the fights that I've seen of his, and I've seen about three or four of his fights, and just very unimpressed. I don't see what all the hoopla, hollering, and the fuss is about. But if we look at Andre Ward, right, going back to SOG, right, he fought 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He had 10 fights in the decade. From 20, he didn't fight. Listen, this man didn't fight all of 2014. He fought once in 2011. Once in 2012, once in 2013. He was inactive in 24. No way. No way in hell can a man. No. Hell no. You got the game messed up. Got the game messed up, champ.
What do you say?
I'm just saying, people are saying like I'm going through Andre Ward's resume, and
Oh, you're talking about how
he was in court. He was in court dealing with a lawsuit. He lost a year of his career. He can't be fighter of the year doing that. And then you getting gifts against Kovalev and punch him in the nuts. You know, we're not rewarding that.
That's not happening.
Hell no. Him and Josh Kelly are shite. Yeah, well, I'm not gonna go that far with Josh Kelly yet, but he's getting there. He's making his way up to that shite label real quick. He needs to get it together. Huge disappointment last year. Lawrence says, I like Boots Ennis. He needs more seasoning, but I'm seeing signs that he has the goods. And I'm right there on the same page as you, Lawrence. You know, a lot of times we talk about, you know, who would be better, who would beat, who if they fought. A lot of people are saying, well, oh, Virgil Ortiz is this, Virgil Ortiz is that, Virgil Ortiz would whoop John Ennis, Virgil Ortiz would stop John Ennis. I'm saying you got the game all messed up. Yeah. You don't know what you're watching. You might need these specs. You might need these high prescription ass glasses, because ain't no way hell Virgil Ortiz beating John Ennis. John Ennis got too many tools for Virgil Ortiz.
I got Virgil Ortiz, baby.
Straight up, yeah.
I got Virgil Ortiz.
He looks good fighting. He's light punching, old.
He will
veteran fighters with names, but John Ennis is too skilled,
I got
too
Virgil
athletic,
Ortiz.
Too good, too many dimensions for Virgil
And
Ortiz.
you don't think Virgil Ortiz is a young buck that can hang those hard punches and handle him? Yeah. He's a straightforward Mexican fighter. Gonna come from. He figures him out as time goes on. I'm taking Virgil Ortiz, straight up.
You gonna be sadly mistaken when they fight. Sadly mistaken. Listen, any of you in these damn comments who think Virgil Ortiz is beating John Ennis, you got the game all messed up.
Listen, man.
No way hell will he ever beat
experience right
John
here, baby.
Ennis.
Experience. Pops know what time it is. It's Virgil Ortiz time.
He's not beating John Ennis.
He will beat John
No way.
Ennis. He will beat. I'm
Hell
telling
no.
you, he will beat him.
The minute he gets touched,
Who's got more power? You think?
Virgil Ortiz.
Thank you. So there you go.
I mean anything.
Virgil Ortiz is a straight Mexican fighter style. You're gonna come in, all that quickness.
He ain't fighting no damn light punching Brad Solomon. You're not fighting them guys.
I know that, but you got to consider his skill set too. He's a young buck too, just like who's older.
I don't know.
About the same
that
age.
don't mean nothing.
Yeah. I'm taking Virgil Ortiz. I got him.
Who got better defense? Jerron.
I got Virgil Ortiz.
Jerron Ennis has fought even worse competition. He has fought worse competition.
Thank you.
Ain't
That'll be nothing. No,
it ain't gonna be a damn thing once they get in the ring, cause he gonna beat him.
I'm telling you right now, Virgil
Ortiz's feet are too slow.
Oh man.
He don't move his head out the way.
He adjusts to the fight as a fighter.
I'm telling you, man. Jerron Ennis is gonna school him.
So you're saying
when they fight, he's schooling him.
He's saying his speed will overcome.
His speed, his angles, his punching power. Your guy to call him the Adrian Broner 2.0. No,
I'm not saying
he can't be Adrian Broner.
I'm not saying the Adrian Broner.
No, they're saying that.
Okay.
He can't be the Adrian Broner 2.0. And I'm gonna tell you why he can't be the Adrian Broner 2.0. Number one, Adrian Broner had piss poor fundamentals when he was young. Adrian Broner got a gift decision on ESPN Friday Night Fights against Carlos Quintana. Yeah. Adrian Broner, Adrian Broner has stamina problems. So you can't compare to John Ennis because John Ennis is disciplined.
Yeah.
John Ennis has good fundamentals.
Yeah.
And John Ennis doesn't have any gifts on his resume. So based on that alone, comparing him to Broner at this stage of his career is disrespectful.
Virgil Ortiz gonna beat Ennis. That's all I gotta tell you.
But what Lawrence said, Ennis has to work on his defense a bit. Is improving fight by fight. By the time, if they get into the ring, if they fight, by the time he sees Virgil Ortiz won't even be able to touch John Ennis. Straight up, he ain't even touching the man. I'm telling you straight up, he's not beating John Ennis. He's the next big Philadelphia fighter.
Brother, he's gonna beat your.
He's not beating John Ennis. You got the game messed up.
I'm trying to tell you some facts.
Ain't no damn facts. No way, it ain't happening.
I'm trying to tell you what's gonna happen. I don't want to get your feelings hurt when that Mexican power comes in. I mean, we're gonna see.
My man Tommy DeLeo said it best. Heyman needs to go all in on Boots. Virgil has the size and power. Boots has everything else. Good fight. Listen, Jerron Ennis is a total package. He's a total package. You got it all. If you take the best things about Errol Spence and you take the best things about Terrence Crawford and you mix them together, you get Jerron Ennis. I'm not saying. Listen, you heard what I said. That's how. I mean, that's how good I think he is. If you take the pressure fighting and the ring generalship and Spence's ability to cut off the ring.
Yeah.
And you take the switch hitting ability and punching power of Terrence Crawford from both stances. You mix it together, you get Jarrett Ennis. So.
But what are you gonna get from Virgil Ortiz then? If you're saying Jarrett Ennis is a Crawford and who else? Spence combination of the two. What combination does you think?
Fake ass Oscar De La Hoya. Nah, I like Virgil. I'm joking with you. I'm joking, but Virgil is nice. I like Virgil. I'm a fan of him.
You just think he's young.
They're both young, but listen, Jarrett Ennis is not losing no damn Virgil Ortiz. You got the game messed up. It's not happening that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got Pacquiao Ubov was touching him up a bit, so I give him credit.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, Jarrett Ennis is not losing to Virgil Ortiz. I'm sorry. I know the hype is big. I know he just won Prospect of the Year. I know he stopped this guy, that guy, and listen, I think he's gonna be a world champ. I'm not throwing salt on his name. I'm a fan of Virgil Ortiz. Go back and check my videos about him. I made positive videos about the guy. But we talk about Jarrett Ennis. Switch in from both stands, switch in from southpaw, orthodox, the punching angles, the fundamentals, the speed, the power, the smarts, the swag.
Yeah.
You mix it together, you get a great fighter. You get a guy that's gonna be world champion. You got a guy that if he puts it together, he stay focused. He will be the next great Philadelphia fighter, no doubt about it.
Yeah.
A man, Regular Militant said, "Who should Jarrett Ennis fight next?" I would like to see him fight.
Is it what, welterweight?
Yeah, I want to see him fight maybe like Luis Collazo. Give him a Luis Collazo. I think that'd be a good test for him. He's had what 24 something fights, 25 fights. Put him in there with Luis Collazo, a good tough veteran. Let's see. Ennis has dog in him, took the punches and came forward, but he's gonna have to rely on defensive counter against Virgil. But that would make it a classic and possibly. Yeah, man. I mean, listen, those things will come a time. He's working on those things in the gym. I mean, you watch his training videos. He's working on those things. He's gonna improve with time.
As time goes on, he's gonna get more experience, get better. That's what's gonna happen with him. He's gonna get better.
I mean, he's only 22 years old. People forget that.
Yeah.
And he's already talking about challenging for world titles at 22 years old. So, listen, everybody's talking about Virgil Ortiz, but when they fight, and Jarrett Ennis puts on a masterclass and beats the shit out of him. Remember who said it first? I said Jarrett Ennis would beat Virgil Ortiz when it wasn't popular to say. He'll beat the shit out of him. Virgil Ortiz can't mess with Jarrett Ennis.
Can't touch him?
No, it's not happening. It's not going down. But that's just my opinion. I really rate Jarrett Ennis. I really rate Jarrett Ennis. I really rate him. You know, he was my co-2018 Prospect of the Year, along with Teofimo Lopez. Virgil Ortiz, my 2019 Prospect of the Year. So these are two guys that I rate highly. I just rate Jarrett Ennis a bit more highly. And obviously, I'm exaggerating. I think it will be a close fight. I don't think any one of them is beating the shit out of each other. But I'm just talking it up. I like Jarrett Ennis beating Virgil Ortiz. I just think he's a smarter fighter.
This is Dubois Gia in the heavyweight division.
Hold on. I don't mean to cut you off. But listen, when we get legends of the YouTube boxing community in these lives, we have to call it out.
That's it.
We have to call him out. We're going to give him a big shout out because we know he's over there somewhere in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Shout out to my main man, Thunderdome Boxing Talk. What's good, Anthony?
Hey, what's up, Thunderdome? How you doing,
what's
man?
What's good, Anthony? He said,
hey, what's going on, man?
He said, what's up, homeboy? I see you
Damn.
out there killing it. I'm doing all right, man.
I love Thunderdome.
I'm doing my thing, and I'm just doing my best to be my best. You know?
Yeah, you
and
always
tomorrow,
talk about him.
I always talk about him.
You
listen, Thunderdome.
I when you were in existence for a while, he said, "Where's Thunderdome? Thunderdome, I always watch him all the time. Where's he at?" I said, "You don't have his number or nothing? Hook up with him. When he see you, you made his day, bro."
I don't know if
he likes you, man. I watch you all the time when I can.
I don't know if I don't know if you. I messaged you on Twitter recently, Anthony.
Yeah.
I don't know if you got it, but I got a new phone number recently. I need your phone number, so if you're on Twitter, check your DMs and respond on message with your phone number so I can contact you and whatnot. Everybody go subscribe to Thunderdome Boxing Talk if you haven't done so.
You're not gonna miss it.
To be honest with you, I'll be honest with you. And while he's here, I want to say this in front of him. He's probably like the reason I made a boxing YouTube channel. I mean, I always had talked about other sports before that, but like he was the channel that I watched
all the time.
He
was just talking about you all the time.
Still do. Every now and then, sometimes I go back and I watch old videos.
Yeah, we'll sit back and watch. Yeah. So good to hear from you.
Okay. All right. I haven't checked it. So yeah, apparently he sent me his number. So I'll be calling you soon, Anthony.
Yeah.
But yeah, tomorrow, I'm going to the Fifth Street Gym in Miami.
Yep.
So it should be fun. I'm gonna interview Jason Rosario's trainer because that's who I'm going with. My boy, Coach Lewis.
It's crazy.
And then hopefully, I'm hoping we see Demetrius Andrade tomorrow because he spars down there sometimes, and I know he's in South Florida getting ready for his next fight. So hopefully we get Demetrius Andrade there tomorrow. That'd be a big one for the channel. But yeah, Thunderdome is here, man.
Yeah, that's great, man.
Someone asked me Teofimo Lopez or Lomachenko. I got well. Listen, I've been making my opinions on this very clear for quite some time, and I don't know. Maybe Thunderdome might disagree because I know Thunderdome's a big Lomachenko guy, but I'm going with South Florida. I'm going with Teofimo Lopez.
I got Fimo.
I just think it's the right time for him. You know, people would say it's not the right time.
Even had the local fights. We had his close friends and trainers that we went to local fight for. The majority wanted Roberto Duran's son.
Yeah, I got Lopez stopping Lomachenko. I just think one thing that's underrated about Teofimo is his boxing IQ, and we've seen Lomachenko in his last couple of fights. And listen, I want to clear something up because this be pissing me off. This pisses me off. So I'm gonna clear this up before I proceed any further. Now, and if I ever see Teofimo Lopez, if I ever interview Teofimo Lopez, I'm gonna grill the shit out of him about this. So be on the lookout for it. He is from New York. He was born in New York. But let's make one thing clear. When it comes to this boxing shit, when it comes to the fight game, where he honed his skills, where he grew up as a man and as a fighter. It wasn't the gyms in South Florida. It wasn't in New York. He wasn't at Gleason's gym. He wasn't at these gyms in Brooklyn. He was in South Florida. He was at the Davy Powell. I'll name the gyms for you. He was in the Davy Powell. He was in Sweatbox Boxing Gym. He was at all these gyms, all these local gyms in South Florida. But mainly the Davy Powell. He grew up in South Florida, Pembroke Pines to be exact. The Davy Powell. He is a South Floridian, whether he likes it or not. He is a South Floridian. Maybe he wasn't born here, but guess what? If you come to South Florida, almost nobody's born here. I wasn't even born here. I was born in North Carolina. So I came here when I was super young. So just like Teofimo, I came here when I was super young. I'm a South Floridian, like he's a South Floridian, and he learned how to box in the 954. So therefore, he's a South Floridian. But going back to the fight, Lomachenko, a hell of a fighter, a fantastic fighter. I think he's on his. I think while he's still an elite fighter, I think he's on his way down. He's been getting caught. He got caught against Luke Campbell. He's been caught against Linares. I just think with him, when you get a guy in there like Teofimo Lopez with his athleticism, his ability to counter punch, and his size. I mean, Jesus, the guy is a welterweight for Christ's sakes. I don't know how he gets down to 135. I think it's just going to be. I don't think it's a good match for Lomachenko. Especially now with him, I know with him he's rushing to get back down to 130 because that's more of his weight class, where he would excel, and he could outbox Teofimo and he could definitely win a lot of rounds off of him, but could he really hurt him, And if he can't hurt him and Teofimo presses forward, will he be able to keep him off of him for 12 rounds? That's the question for me, and I just don't think it'll happen. I think Lopez will fold him up. And I've always been high on Lopez. I've been saying this for about a good year on my channel. I've been saying, look, Lomachenko's a great fighter, but he's never really fought anything like a Teofimo Lopez in his career, in his professional career. I know people might say Nicholas Walters and whatnot, but no disrespect to the Axeman. I like the Axeman. I'm a fan of the Axeman, but Lopez athleticism, his boxing IQ, another level as far as for comparing. Do you think J-Rock overlooked Rosario, and can you ask Rosario's trainer if he signed to Al Haymon, and why? Make the comments on not wanting to fight Charlo for unification. Did he say that? I didn't hear him say that because I've been so busy. I've been so busy editing videos from this damn card that I haven't even.
What did he say?
Apparently, Rosario said that he doesn't want to fight Charlo in unification. I don't know why he'd say that, but if that's true, but.
Oh, I didn't hear that. I heard that the promoter was saying that after the fight that the rematch can be made, but they just don't know what the rematch with J-Rock Williams. They just don't know when.
Yeah.
I didn't hear the other part.
Here's a good one that I know you have a lot to say about this fight. Burchell versus Vargas. Who you got?
Oh man, That's gonna be a war.
Oh, no, not Vargas. Berchelt versus Miguel Berchelt versus Oscar Valdez, I should say.
I got Pacquiao.
You got Berchelt?
Yep.
Yeah, I got Berchelt. I got Berchelt too. I mean, I like Valdez. I just think he gets hit too much. I think he gets hit too much in a fight like that.
The other fight, he went back to his old self again. He started fighting okay, then he went back to his old self again, fighting, made it a brawl, and didn't fucking lost.
Yeah, I was pissed though. I thought Alex Lopez should have beat him. But yeah, like Thunderdome said, Berchelt is young. He's hungry. He's been training with Eddie Reynoso, and they've been trying to get him to box more and use his boxing skills to kind of refine that style.
Yeah.
But I think in a fight like that, that's where his resolve and where he reverts back to type. He's gonna revert back to type, and what's gonna wind up happening in that fight is he's gonna get drawn into a fight, and then I think Berchelt will fold him up because Berchelt, in my opinion, if we go through any weight class in boxing,
he's a beast.
From minimum weight all the way up to heavyweight, I think Berchelt is one of the top 5 best offensive fighters in boxing right now. No doubt about it. Yeah. my man, he's going in. He says Teofimo Lopez is driving an Uber for the Lomachenko fight.
Yeah, but when he leaves, he'll be driving Lomachenko's Lamborghini.
Lomachenko will be driving in a freaking ambulance.
Yeah.
If you get caught one of them shots.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, that Berchelt fight's gonna be something special. Hey, you know, while he's here, man, Thunderdome, what do you think of Romo Gonzalez versus Yafai? I don't know if you saw my channel. I was in the UK in December for like a couple of weeks, and I interviewed Yafai and his brother as well, but Yafai as well. So what do you think about that fight, Thunderdome? It'd be good to hear your opinions on that. I think Romo will beat him because I don't think Yafai can back him up enough for enough period of time to beat Romo Gonzalez. Frampton versus Jamel Herring. Now that's a fight.
I got Frampton.
Versus Jamel Herring?
Yep.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Then Belfast too.
Belfast? Is it in Belfast?
Yep.
I don't know, man. Herring's been overachieving. You know, he beat Masahiro Ito last year. He beat Lamont Roach. I mean, he got the right opponents. He's been doing good with Bomac. But I'm going to go with Frampton. I don't think he'd do good at that style. I think Frampton will fold him up. Because his dimensions, like, he's a bit taller than Shavikov, but he's not too far from Shavikov. And Shavikov just destroyed Herring. Thunderdome says, I love Roman, but I think he needs to hang him up. He doesn't have the hunger anymore. I don't even like seeing Roman fight anymore.
Wow.
Even
after this last hurrah?
Huh?
Even after his last hurrah?
I mean, listen. Someone that we met. So I was at these local fights this weekend here in South Florida, like small card, and someone that I know really well. Apparently, he went to Nicaragua recently, like within the last 2 weeks, and he told me apparently he saw Roman Gonzalez in the gym. And he told me that Roman Gonzalez looks like he's really hungry for this fight, like because he told me something about there's a lot of things going on politically in Nicaragua that Roman Gonzalez is upset about.
Yeah.
And they're saying that because of these things, along with what people are saying about him, that he's like really hungry for this fight. So I've been following Roman on Instagram a little bit more closely than I usually do these days. And I've been watching his stories, and one thing I noticed about Roman Gonzalez is that, like, his face, because normally in between fights, because he just fought in December, normally when he trains in between fights, he's, like, kind of fat, his face is chubby.
Out of shape?
Huh?
Like, out of shape, you mean?
Yeah, but, like, you look at him now, he looks like he's in shape.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you can't go by Instagram videos, because, honestly, on Instagram, everybody looks like they're having a great life. Everybody's a great fighter, and everybody's training hard. But, you know, it is what it is. He might be up for this fight. Thunderdome asks, is his mind on a million different things? I mean, it's hard for me to say yes or no. I don't know. But the impression I got from talking to my friend, from what he told me, was that Roman Gonzalez is very hungry for this fight. And, listen, he just had his first fight in like 16, 17 months. and he fought like a bum, fought like a nobody, and stopped him in like the first round.
Yeah.
So it was a good confidence builder to get back in the ring, I guess. But now he's jumping in there with a Yafai. And let me tell you this, guys. I spent about 2 or 3 hours in the gym with Yafai over there in Birmingham in UK, Max McCracken's gym. I was there with Cal. I was there with Gamal. I watched. I mean, Yafai, and I'm talking about in terms of how wide he is. He was wider than I anticipated him. He was bigger than I anticipated him being. And it explains a lot because when he fought, if you guys remember, he fought David Carmona. I think it was in 2018. David Carmona is a tough, rugged Mexican fighter. And in that fight, Yafai didn't fight his normal, like, technical outside, type of fight. He pressed forward. He stood in the trenches and he was digging in the body. And he actually outfought David Carmona. And that fight, to me, is probably one of the most impressive wins of his career to date, because of the way he fought David Carmona. He fought a fight that favored David Carmona and beat him at his own fight. And it's like, okay, well, he did that against Carmona. Could he do it against Chocolatito? I don't think so, which is why I'm favoring slightly Romo Gonzalez. But Yafai, we don't really know how good he is because he's had that belt for like 4 years. He's defended the belt against mid-level opposition at super flyweight. And now this is his chance to stick his flag in the ground and announce himself to the world as one of the best super flyweights in the world by becoming only the second man to beat Romo Gonzalez. So I'm excited for it. I'm going to be in Dallas for this fight. Me and my dad have already made our intentions very clear. We're going. I'm buying my plane ticket this week and his plane ticket as well. We're both going to go. And it's going to be a hell of a fight. It's going to be a hell of a time. So we'll be there. Hopefully we can interview Yafai again. And hopefully we can get my dad along with me to translate a Romo Gonzalez interview because I interviewed him back in 2016 and it didn't come out as good as I wanted it to. So, and yes, every female is a model on Instagram.
Yeah.
Don't let the gram fool you.
Yeah. But AC froze over, so I have to clean it up.
Yeah. I've met some wonderful females on Instagram over the years.
There was someone the other day.
Who?
At the fight, global fights.
Oh, snap! There was. I gotta watch what I talk about on here because sometimes the people I mention might watch my lives. But it was funny. There was this one chick. That followed me on Instagram and I followed her on Instagram. But I never met her before, and I saw her at the fights, and it was good. It was good. I'm gonna leave it at that. It was good. Anyway, Thunderdome said, I expect Roman to win, of course. I'm not shitting on him at all. I love that dude and hope his mind is right. Me too. I hope his mind is right. I hope that he comes to fight. And I'm glad that this fight between him and Yafai is happening now because I remember like 3 years ago, Eddie Hearn made an offer. Like he made an offer. Or no, not Eddie Hearn. Tekken Promotions made Yafai an offer to Eddie Hearn. It wasn't to their liking, so they declined the fight. But I think now is the most competitive this fight will ever be because you got Romo Gonzalez on the back nine of his career. You got Yafai probably coming into the prime of his career because even though he's 30, Yafai, he hasn't fought like the toughest opposition in the world, just like mid-level fighters. So
He told you that. Depends on the level of the fighter. That's when he gets.
He even said it to him in my interview with him. He said it. He said, "Listen, I get up for fights. Like I get up for fights, and for the big fights I get up, and for the fights that aren't as big, I have a hard time." So.
Depends on the level of the fight.
It depends. Yep. It all depends. But
real humble guy though.
Yeah, shout out to Yafai. If anybody's gonna beat Romo Gonzalez, I hope it's him.
Yeah.
Like I hope it's him. But I want Romo Gonzalez to win still.
Yeah.
But if he's gonna lose, I would rather it be to Yafai than like Gaia Estrada or Kazuzoto Ioka or anybody like that. I would like to be Cal. Lomachenko is going to KO Teofimo and solve his family issues by sleeping with Teo's wife, causing them to break up. Oh man. No comments on that. I mean, I am a bit worried for Teofimo following the Lomachenko fight.
I'm not even gonna say that no more. I think because they were the state favorite mind that he came into, he'd be fine.
Nah, I mean, I'm not talking about the boxing.
Oh, I know.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna say it here on air, but you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, like he looked good last fight. That's what I look at.
His last fight, but.
And I see him do the same thing again.
Listen, after the Teofimo Lomachenko fight, about a week or so after it, I'm worried about him. I'm gonna say that.
I'm not.
Tio's gotten fat. Look at his Instagram stories. All right, we'll do that right now.
Is he?
Apparently he is. I mean,
Wow.
they did call him in the amateurs. People in South Florida and around the gyms, they call Teofimo Gordo.
Yeah, but when he starts fighting and get the serious fight, believe me, he's not gonna be.
Oh man, his face is blown up.
Is it? At least is that trick photography?
I don't know. They say you don't trust the gram, right? You guys trust in the gram.
Yeah, but I'm saying like, is he like? What's that trick photography called?
My man Chase Athletics, what's up, champ? How you doing?
Oh, clean something.
But yeah, just there's 21 of you guys here. Just so you guys know, I'm gonna be live. Every I guess Monday night at midnight or Tuesday.
Wednesday morning.
Yes. Wednesday.
Monday at 12 a.m.
Monday at 12 a.m.
Which is Tuesday.
Wednesday morning at 10 a.m.
Yeah.
And then Friday at midnight as well. So that's the schedule. That's the live schedule, excluding the fight reactions. He was probably just drained of water when you seen him. Let's see, Teofimo Lopez. We're gonna see if he's got fat. Let's see, 4 days ago. Let's see, 4 days ago. He's out here living a good life with his. You know, he don't look too bad from what I'm seeing. I haven't seen his stories because he doesn't have his stories up right now. But the pictures he posted with his wife, you know, he's all right. Looks all right to me. Man, I would have put it past him. He balloons up in weight, so it is what it is. My man Mike from Boston, what's up, champ? He says GGG looking bad right now.
Yeah.
You know what? Thunderdome is here. I know Thunderdome likes Triple G. What do you make of Triple G's last couple of opponents, Thunderdome? And now he's supposedly supposed to fight Camille Schmerta, who I think is just tailor made for him. Like the guy has no punching power, extremely amateur style. I think Triple G sleeps him 5 rounds or less. Lopez has the same manager advisor as Sonny Conto from Philadelphia. I see Lopez from time to time. Okay, cool. Shout out to Sonny Conto. Yeah, I know he's over there in Philadelphia making waves, making massive waves. Leo Santa Cruz versus Pacquiao. Make it happen. I want to see Leo Santa Cruz versus Chris Colbert though. I want to see Chris Colbert get a shot at Leo Santa Cruz because they're both PBC guys. They're both people that the fight is pretty easy to make between the two of them. So. Why not? My man, Hawker Mustang. What's up, champ? Good to see you. How you feeling? We were talking about Andy Garcia earlier, but you kind of missed that. You know, we were talking about how this is like the second worst trade pick of his career. How he's fighting a guy that got stopped by Dejan Slatikin. But, you know, he's a Hall of Famer apparently. Apparently, he's a Hall of Famer. Thunderdome says that Triple G has clearly gotten old. Facts. And yes, Thunderdome, Triple G needs some of that Mexican beef. He needs to have what Canelo is on and what Ryan Garcia is probably going to be on if he's not on it already. Because he's in the Canelo camp. We need it. You know what? One of these days, guys, you know it'd be a crazy video?
What's that?
Is if me and you went to Mexico and we had the beef. True School Sports tries Canelo Commuterol meat.
You don't know what you're gonna have over there.
Yeah, but I'm kind of afraid to go there. Honestly, after like going to the UK, I'm afraid to go. Not afraid, but like I don't want to go anywhere. Everywhere else kind of sucks compared to America. No disrespect to anybody out there, but like if the rest of the world is anything like the UK, then damn, what a letdown. I do more traveling though, so I don't want to disrespect nobody's country. But yeah. Nobody is hyped about Danny Garcia's trade picked fight. No, not even his fans. Like, listen, my best friend in the whole world, shout out to my boy Paul Martinez. Yeah. He loves Danny Garcia. He was my roommate for like 3 years. So anytime Danny fought, no matter who he fought, I always had to hear this guy hype Danny Garcia up to no end. Yeah. And even he said, listen, this fight is ridiculous. Yeah, so when he's showing you when he's not even excited for the fight, that's when I know things are wrong. That's exactly what I know things are wrong with Danny Garcia's career. Red Glove Militant says, new show on YouTube, the PED Kitchen with True School Sports. That's right. What are your thoughts on GGG going to snack? He went to snack? He went to Victor Conti? Uh-oh. He's been taking those special supplements. No, I'm joking. I mean, good for him. I mean, if it's gonna...
Nobody's talking about David Haney. What's David Haney gonna do when he gets back?
I don't know. Shout out to Tyan Booth. Oh yeah, by the way, recently, speaking of Tyan Booth, he did a video recently, and Tyan Booth, he was talking about, he had this painting of Anthony Joshua cornering him in the gym with all of his like phrases in the background. So I asked him for a painting recently. Where can I get one of these special paintings? And he was telling me about, like, he has to go talk to the painter and he'll get me a price for it. I still haven't got it back yet. This guy's a joker, man. Shout out to Tyan Booth, though. L-Dog says, are you in Miami? Damn right. I'm in Miami right now as we speak. You know, South Florida, stand up. I was just in Dania Beach in Hollywood this past week, but I'm back in Miami. I live in Miami. I just moved to Miami back in October from Dania Beach. But yeah, it's... What time is it right now? It's like... What time is it right now?
I don't know.
It's pretty late.
Yeah. That was trying to get this AC fixed.
Go Kerr, my man, Philip Hrgovic. He is an upcoming heavyweight. I know... L-Dog, I'm very aware of Philip Hrgovic. I know that he trains at Mundo Boxing Gym with Pedro Diaz. That's actually... So me and my dad, we have a list of gyms we have to go to. That's one of them. Mundo Boxing Gym, Glenn Johnson's Boxing Gym, Sweatbox Boxing Gym where Xander Zayas and Amir Mamnow train. There's about a good 4 or 5 gyms that I've never gone to ever in South Florida. Punch Elite Boxing and Fitness. That's where Harold Calderon and Antonio Brown train, so we're gonna have to go there at some point. I think Chad Johnson trains there too. So yeah, those are some gyms I need to go to. Philip Hrgovic's gym is one that I plan on going to within the next 2 months. But yeah, I would love to cover Philip Hrgovic. He's actually probably one of my favorite heavyweight prospects. Me and my dad actually have this bet going on right now. I got a bet right now saying that I told my dad that I bet on $20, and he bet me $20 on who will become world champion first. He's got Daniel Dubois become world champion first. I'm going with my man Hrgovic, the Croatian, because he's folding everything up left, right, and center.
Right now is Dubois' time, brother.
To do what? He had the worst cherry pick of 2019.
Just be the big Japanese.
He fought Kairo Fujimoto. He fought Funaki from WWE. Remember Funaki from WWF? He fought Funaki. That's what he fought. I am fighting wrestlers. The fight before Christmas and all that bullshit. But no, I like Philip Hrgovic. I think a fight with him and Sergey Kuzmin would be a good step up for him. You know, these are the kind of fights he needs, because literally everybody they put him in with, whether it's Amir Mansour or Gregory Corbin, whoever the case may be, he's stopping them all. First round, second round, you know, it's been easy peasy lemon squeezy for Philip Hrgovic. You know, Croatia stand up. And you know what? Philip Hrgovic, in my book, I'll always love Philip Hrgovic, because he wore a Florida Panthers jersey to the ring when he fought on the undercard of Anthony Joshua Ruiz. So because of that reason, I always love Hrgovic. I liked him already. Now I really like him. An 18-year-old Hrgovic beat up a 28-year-old Kuzma in the World Series of Boxing. Yeah, I still gotta go watch all those fights. I never got around to watching any of the World Series of Boxing fights. Tyrone Sprong is in Florida as well. I rate his trainer. He can punch. Yeah, I actually met Tyrone Sprong 4 years ago when he came by the Heavyweight Factory, and he trains with Hrgovic. And yeah, that gym, now that I live in Miami and I'm a bit closer to these gyms here in Miami, you know, that's like one of the main ones. Mundo, the name of that gym is Mundo Boxing Gym. That's where Pedro Diaz trains his fighters. Like you got guys like Rigondeaux that trains there. Ivan Barancek is there. Hrgovic, Tyrone Sprong, and the list goes on and on. So yeah, that's definitely on the to-do list. I don't know when we're going there, but I anticipate that I'll be going there probably sometime within the next 2 or 3 weeks. So stay tuned for that. If you want true school sports support the Panthers jersey. You're damn right. Listen, I'll tell you right now. If Andre Ward, right? I hated Andre Ward when he fought. If Andre Ward would have came to the Kovalev fight with a bright red Florida Panthers hockey jersey,
that was crazy.
That would have been my guy.
That was like unexpected.
That would have been my guy. yeah, like he's right. I'm a big Panther fan. In fact, I was just watching the Panthers before we went live. They had a crazy game with the Minnesota Wild. They were down like, what was it, 4? The game was tied 4-4, and they scored a goal. They scored the 5th goal to win the game with like 5 seconds left. It was wild. So, shout out to the Panthers. They're doing good things. They're right there in the playoff spot. Huh?
Who do they want to win the Super Bowl?
Who do they want to win the Super Bowl?
Yeah, 49ers and
Chiefs.
Yeah.
I got the Chiefs. I had the Titans before, but now I got the Chiefs. Sprong versus Usyk. I'm good on that one, champ. I don't want to see that. Kanju is another one to look out for, featherweight. Yeah, he's kind of underrated. Like I saw him fight one time, but I haven't really like so many weight classes in boxing. There's only so much you can cover in a day. I'm only one man. But yeah, Hrgovic's definitely on the list. He's on the list for 2020 for people who want to interview here on True School Sports. What time is it? It's 2:05 a.m. There's 18 of you guys here, so clearly this is a great time to go live. But in less than 8 hours, I have to go to 5th Street Gym with Coach Luis Perez. He's going to be here at 10 p.m. pick me up, 10 a.m. pick me up. So 5 more minutes. Get your questions. Fire away. Fire away. Give me your questions, statements, whatever. And I'll get to it. The next just so you guys know, the next live after this will be Wednesday morning Eastern Standard Time. So Wednesday morning, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we'll be live Wednesday morning. If you're wondering when the next one is gonna be. Did Zhu can beat Combi Box that? I'm not sure. I know he was. If he wasn't, he was extremely close. All right, Thunderdome. Thunderdome said, I gotta go, buddy. I gave you my number and Twitter, so hit me up whenever. For sure, definitely. We'll definitely be talking soon. We have a lot to catch up on because we haven't really had a long conversation in quite the time. So you have a blessed night. Be good, Anthony, and take care. Usyk versus Parker. It's a good fight. Good test for Usyk. The kind of test he needs if he's gonna enter the heavyweight ranks. I'll go with Usyk. I think he's a special fighter. Yes, I am going to the DAZN card, so I'll be there live, in the flesh. Hopefully, we get some good content. My dad will be here live here at the house doing the live fight reaction. So lots of content coming out that day. Jairo Galvez says you look 6'4" next to your dad. I mean, I'm glad I can look tall to somebody. I wasn't, as you can see, I wasn't really blessed with height in my genes. So I'm blessed to be this tall. I would go with Luke Campbell. Javier Fortuna, who's too sloppy. I think Luke Campbell outboxes him, outpoints him to a decision. Fortuna, to me, in my humble opinion, I think over the last couple of years he's dropped as a fighter. I think he's declined. Because I don't know. I remember like 3-4 years ago, I just remember him being a more skillful fighter. Now he kind of just results to like being more of a dirty fighter. But that could just be me. I don't know. You guys let me know. But Diaz Farmer is a hell of a fight. I'm going with Tevin Farmer. Barely though. I got him in a tough decision. I think he'll probably get dropped or hurt at least once in that fight. But I think he's in that part of his career where he's figuring things out. To be fair, in his whole title reign, he's been getting like cannon fodder opposition. Ryan Tennyson, Jonah Carroll, guys like that. This is really his first true title defense, in my opinion. So. I don't know, man. When we talk about, like you mentioned, L-Dog, Jonah Carroll was tearing his ass up, and Tevin Farmer sometimes he likes to sit there and fight. So I don't know. My prediction isn't official yet, So right now it's Tevin Farmer, but I might switch it. I might switch it. Daniel Rowan, Anthony Sims fight should also be the Anthony Sims fight. Is probably the one I'm most excited for. Seeing him step up against a good, tough Cuban fighter like Romero Angulo. These are the kind of fights we need to see in 2020. For prospects like him, looking to make a name for himself and stick their flag in the ground as fighters look forward to in the future. So, big shout out to Anthony Sims. Hopefully we get the chance to talk to him and interview him and whatnot. But with that being said, it is currently 2:09 a.m. here. I had to salvage some sleep because I spent a lot of time talking to you guys. But programming reminders. The next live will be Wednesday morning.
Yep.
The next live fight reaction will be Saturday, which is Garcia versus Redkach.
Yeah.
Then after that, also things you're gonna want to look towards on the channel are more content from the Bad Promotions card this week. So please, guys, go to those videos, the fight videos, the interview videos, all that stuff. Go click the like button, do all that stuff, and show support on that. What else we got? I'm going to the 5th Street Gym tomorrow, so any sort of content we get tomorrow, that'll be out at some point on the channel.
Yeah.
So we might see Boo Boo Andre, we might see we don't know who we're gonna see at 5th Street Gym, but 5th Street Gym is it's always a pleasure to go there on South Beach, and that's just what it is. So with that being said, I'm gonna get out of here. I'm mad tired. But thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for the support.
Thank you guys. God bless.
And like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me. But I'm just a kid from Dania. So until next time, take care, guys.